The NBA All-Star starters have been announced, and we are going to talk about this in depth today on the show, right here on the panel, which is brought to you by PrizePicks. I'm up here with Swiper. I'm up here with Chill. I got my guy Casual in the building, a fan favorite. What's up, fellas? How we living today?
In effect, let's go. In effect, let's do it.
Living.
All right, so I can't wait to talk about who all was snubbed. I can't wait to break down the votes, and I can't wait to just see who you guys despise as being a starter. But before we do that, let's go ahead and start with the Western Conference and see who all got the starting nods for the All-Star game. So I'm putting this on the screen right now for you fellas. Talk to me. We have Nikola Jokic, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gilgeous. Yeah, I said yesterday on Twitter, I think this is, for me, this is 4 of the 14 best players ever and a future MVP. So I don't know many years that had a more stacked all-time talent. I won a starting 5 before.
What does all time got to do with 2024-25?
I was just about to say.
This isn't the all-time All-Star game.
I agree. I had Wemby as a starter, but I'm saying I'm also appreciative of the fact that we're seeing these players get to play relatively close to their prime.
Yeah, I guess so.
Don't worry, it's up for you later, Ox. So I'll talk to you later.
I mean, y'all did it. Y'all did enough talking last night.
I ain't talking about it.
You don't got to talk about it. I'm just saying y'all did enough talking last night. Hold on a second. Let me fix my.
Casual, how do you feel about these 5? Are you on the side that they should be grandfathered in, or should there have been somebody else over LeBron, KD, Steph?
I was about to say, I think if you are going to take somebody out for being grandfathered, it's definitely Steph. I mean, when you're 23 points per game on a 500 basketball team, or how good of a season are you really having? It just made me really think about last night, what does it say about the state of the league? We really just can't let go of these guys, can we? I mean, the 3 of the starters in the West are 35 years old from another generation. They're probably not having an all-star starter type season, especially Steph, but they're still being granted the starter. Anthony Edwards is playing better than Steph. His team has a better record, and he's averaging three more points. Wemby is having a good season as well. He's 24 points now. Wemby's being absurd. I don't know.
25, 5, and 6.
Who are you talking about?
De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
Man, come on, dude.
Come on, dude, what?
Yeah, I think he's 5th in the league in scoring.
No,
he's not having a better.
He's not having a better year.
Swiper one of these dudes that we got to respect the old guys. We got to just appreciate.
If he was playing better than Steph Curry, then he could be ahead of Steph Curry.
Playing better than Steph Curry.
100%
he's playing better than Steph Curry.
100% he's not. 100%.
Okay, so two things. Number one, two things. Number one, did you guys forget where the All-Star game is this season?
No one forgot about it.
I just want to make sure that we remember where the All-Star game is this season.
Oh, is it in San Francisco?
100% it's in San Francisco. Yes,
about that.
It is in San Francisco. And Steph Curry might not be 25 a game, he might not be 26 a game, but this is about the fans. Let's not forget that. That's what the All-Star game is about.
When the All-Star game was in Salt Lake City, what Utah player started?
I'm surprised. I'm now, number one, they didn't have. Number one, they didn't have a generational player like that. But I'm glad you brought that up, Ox. Because since you brought that up, Ox, I'm glad you brought that up. Because last I checked, when they had the All-Star game in 1993 in Utah, guess who won the league? Guess who won the MVP of the All-Star game? In fact, guess who was the co-MVP of the All-Star game? Stockton and Malone were. So this is
in 1993 when Stockton and Malone were actually at their peak.
Right. And Steph Curry is still, that's, for all intents and purposes.
If it was 2019, if it was 2018, 19, 20, I would understand.
I'm not saying that he's. I'm not saying that he's.
But Steph Curry's still having a great year, y'all. I don't even.
Yes, it's not like he's garbage. He's not 12 or 14 a game. No, he's still 20 plus a game.
He's shooting 11 threes a game.
They need to take
he's shooting 41% on 11 threes a game. He's leading one of the best offenses in the NBA when he's on court. He's doing his job. He's been one of the best offensive floor raiders in the league this year. He's actually been a more impactful player than a few other players that people want to put over him in the starting lineup. Luka should be starting if he was healthy. I agree with Ox on that, 100%. But Steph has been better than Ant. Steph has been better than, respectfully, Fox. Steph has been better than whoever else you put in, John Morant. He's still been better than them. He just ain't been better than Luka. But Luka's out of it.
He definitely ain't been better than Luka, but Luka is out for sure. So
has this always been? I mean, again, we talking about where the All-Star game is and what it's about. It's about the fans. Steph Curry is playing for the Golden State Warriors, which is now in San Francisco. He's still one of the most polarizing figures in the game, having a great season this year. There's no way that Steph Curry.
I don't know about great.
I mean, he's still having a great season for a 36-year-old. 100%, he's having a great season.
Age don't got nothing to do. Age don't got nothing.
It has everything to do with it. Steph Curry's still playing at an all-star level.
I'm not gonna give you a pass because you're old. You get on the court, you on the court.
Okay, and him being on the court, with him being on the court, he's still playing at an all-star level. He didn't just get
outplayed by younger guys.
Like
and him being out, and him being
outplayed by younger guys.
In my opinion, I know you disagree. You've already said you disagree, so we don't got to keep going back and forth with this. I'm just saying, like, I feel like I'm being out.
Because
why we're not going to get anywhere.
The reason why is because we're talking about the All-Star game here, and what is the All-Star game about? It's not about the best players; it's about the fans and who the fans want to see. Because remember, let's be clear, Ox. I was surprised that, and I know we're gonna get to the East in a second, but it's the way how voting has now been all over the place. And it's confusing to me. It's completely confusing to me because the fans vote on who they want. The media now votes, and they can sway the fan votes, which means that why am I voting if you guys can come in?
Fan vote. They can trump the fan vote.
Which is exactly so. Why am I voting?
Media and player can trump the fan vote. To be correct, but honestly, that makes sense given the fact that there was the issue that they ran into with the Golden State year with Wiggins and with Zazu. So that's why everything changed up. But I do think the LaMelo thing is interesting. Like, Zazu. Sorry, that's
the media.
Zazu. Yeah. As you can tell, I saw Mufasa. I do think though, Ox, that I think LaMelo is on the verge of, if he doesn't get enough media, coaches, and player support. I mean, he could miss, but I doubt it. But he should have been.
Melo's in trouble for real.
I thought he got slighted for sure. I think Donovan Mitchell's getting it because now you want to talk about somebody getting there because of reputation and their team is good. It's easily Donovan Mitchell.
It's their team, not reputation. It's their team. But see that there's a difference. At least his team is at the top of something. Steph's team ain't at the top of nothing. So I can at least if you come with an argument with that, I can understand where you're coming from with D-Mitch.
We've had plenty of guys. We've had of the starters. So SGA is starting in the All-Star game. His team is in first place. Donovan Mitchell is starting. His team is in first place. Jason Tatum is starting. His team is in second place. I'm sorry. Cat is starting. His team is in third place. I'm seeing a lot of these starters. Their team's at the top of the league.
Right.
That's going on.
Except for KD, Bron, and Steph. I guess it just don't matter for them no more.
So Ox, I wanna ask you, and then I want to ask everybody else. If Steph Curry isn't starting, who should be starting?
Luka. If Luka was healthy, he'd be starting in the All-Star game.
I think that goes without saying. But I'm saying Luka's even off the board now because he's been hurt.
Right.
So now who do you go with?
Anthony Edwards. It would have to be Anthony Edwards or De'Aaron Fox.
I think we should get over to Anthony Edwards over Steph Curry, respectfully.
Why you say that?
Why you say respect? Why you say respectfully? What's there to be respectfully?
I want to. This is a new leaf.
Just say what you got to say.
We've turned a new leaf today. I don't want to start any arguments with anybody, and so
we're not starting arguments.
We need legit logic.
Wait a minute, Ron. Ox, Swiper.
Yeah.
Has Anthony Edwards been better than Steph Curry this year?
No,
yes,
he has not.
And when you state your opinion as if it's a fact and then say respectfully, it makes it makes it sound like a backhanded compliment.
No, it's just so you're saying if I say something respectfully, that's backhanded. But if I yell in your face, that's what you want. No, this is not an abusive situation. This is not abusive. No, this is a friendship.
Let's get back to the topic at hand. Anthony Edwards has not been better than Steph Curry this year. What are you basing that on? That's what I'd like to know, Swiper. What are you basing that on? Because I mean, Anthony Edwards, for all intents and purposes, has led the league in threes this year. That's Steph's forte. That's who Steph Curry is.
But he's still not been a better 3-point shooter than Steph.
I'm not saying that he's better.
Steph is shooting 11 a game and making 41% of those shots. And on top of that, I would argue he has even worse offensive personnel than Anthony Edwards does. And with the Timberwolves,
irrelevant.
No, I'm saying
all I hear from y'all is how Anthony Edwards can't do nothing. It's so congested. He has no personnel. You talk about how bad Julius Randle is. At least Steph Curry got shooters that can open up the floor for him.
What shooters?
What shooters did you?
Moses Moody is a shooter.
Moses Moody's a shooter.
Moses Moody is.
Isn't Anthony Edwards taking like 10 threes a game?
Yes, I think he's.
Because Swipe is talking about Steph Curry's having a better season because he's shooting 11 threes a game and making
that was just the start of my point.
I know it's 1 point, but shooting 11, making about 40. But isn't
he's just a more efficient offensive player? 40 to 42 he's a better playmaker. He's scoring less points on lower volume this year. So like that's more so he's more efficient, but he's scoring less on lower volume. And on top of that, because of the personnel issues they're having. Yeah, because of the issues and the personnel that they're having. Like you saw the Kings game the other night. Ox saw that. They had a great game plan, Ox. I mean, at first it wasn't working. Golden State was hitting everything. But literally, like, as soon as like everything died off.
It's not like they stopped hitting, just Debo came through.
No, okay, anyway. Yeah, he did have 24 in the third, though. The third quarter, I think, that game. But yeah, I'm saying the defense sold out, though. Like, they just did what they were supposed to do. I personally think that Steph is getting vastly underrated. And how good he's been this season.
Underrated compared to who?
Vastly overrated because y'all living in the past.
Yeah, man. Because Swiper, when I think about Steph getting downhill, like Steph playing in the mid range, like he doesn't do that like he did in the past. He's older. Meanwhile, Anthony Edwards, who is younger, more athletic, more dynamic, great at the rim, great at getting downhill, shooting the long ball even better this season than he's ever in his career. I mean, I think that guy. I think that says a lot about how his game is advanced. And I can't keep holding on to what Curry was because that's what we're doing. It sounds like we're holding on to what Curry was instead of what he is today.
I haven't brought up a past season at all in my entire exegesis about this conversation and how we got to this point right now. It happened. No, I mean it's a very familiar word of just about like storytelling. I'm just saying in this instance, I think Steph Curry is getting slighted because his team sucks.
You're always telling stories, man. Keep it real.
Well, your storyteller.
Hey, focus, Swiper. Keep going, Swiper.
Let that top 25 list come out. I got some stories about Ox.
Swiper, you didn't bring up anything from Steph Curry in past seasons, right?
Sure didn't.
So you didn't bring up. We're just talking about today, and what I'm talking about today with Anthony Edwards, how much his game has progressed, just as a scorer, and at the long ball line, how much his game has progressed. Steph Curry, on the other hand. You just said, okay, he's scoring less on less volume. You know why? Because he's older. He doesn't move like he used to. He doesn't get up and down the floor like he used to. So he does. So this isn't the same Curry from years past.
I would make the argument Anthony Edwards has been primarily more of an offensive player this year, and that because that's just the way his role is functioned. Like that's what he's been forced to do. He's not the same level defender for many different reasons, but I think more so the team is just worse in some ways. It's more convoluted, a lot of things. So if we're just measuring that this year, like on court, you realize that the Golden State Warriors have a 119.49 offensive rating this year, which would be like at the top of the league damn near with Steph on the court. And then when he's off the court, which goes to my personnel thing, they're basically like a minus 19. They have the worst offense in the league. And what I'm saying is Steph Curry is making them respectable. Like he's making them respectable to good when he's on the court, and they're performing well. The issue is, and again, and this goes back to the gravity thing, right? Like. The Warriors are eating off his gravity, so that's why they're even competent at all. Like, but
they always have. They always have. He's the most dangerous.
Their personnel is so bad now that like they have nothing when he's not there. Is what I'm saying. But I'm saying they're performing.
Can't you say the same thing about Anthony? Maybe not the same exact numbers.
Well, maybe before Dante.
I'm definitely not trying to make a case for Steph being weak or being a bum or nothing like that. Like, please don't get that misconstrued.
I'm not getting that implication.
Steph Curry is still the most dangerous man in the NBA. Right. Like, he's a problem 100%. But I just don't think he's better than Ant and De'Aaron at this point in his career, and I definitely don't think he's having a better season than Ant and De'Aaron.
Yo, casual. I want you to chime in, and then after you say what you got to say, we got to get back to the matter at hand. Who actually, not who's better, who should be starting in the All-Star game? But go ahead, casual. Make your point.
I'm just gonna say this because I appreciate the numbers Swipe is bringing up, but at the end of the day, this is not the MVP. This is just the All-Star. We don't have to really bring up the on-off numbers. I think when you have fans voting 50%, you have the media, then you have the players. I think voting for an all-star is a lot more simple than just like on-off. I mean, at the end of the day, if you want to say Steph had a better season, you can. But when I look at the numbers, I got 3 more points than you. I'm shooting similar percentages. My team is better. It's not crazy to say that I have a better season than you.
He had more media votes, fan votes, and player votes than Anthony Edwards. So, if anything, we're honoring the fans' vote.
I'm just not saying it's not crazy to say that Ant had a better season than Steph. And this is, at the end of the day, the All-Star game. So we can bring up all these advanced numbers. None of that really factors into like the All-Star game.
Jordan, media. Ant had more.
No. Steph Curry was number 2 among guards in player votes, fan votes, and media votes. Anthony Edwards was 3rd in player votes, 5th in fan vote, 3rd in media vote. So he wasn't even ahead of Luka, injured Luka, let alone Steph Curry and Shea. So like
that doesn't mean to your point, because what you're arguing is Steph had a better. Steph is having a better season. No, Steph I'm saying both. Steph. Right, and Steph is on the All-Star team as a starter because 1, the game is in San Francisco, which is his home floor. That matters. And number 2, he's still playing great.
Well, I mean,
you don't.
He was a unanimous second on this list, like unanimous.
True, but chill. You don't think Ant and Wemby should be starting over Steph and LeBron?
Well, James is going to start on the All-Star team until he retires.
Or Steph and KD.
I was surprised about KD. I'm not going to lie about that.
KD?
I was surprised about KD. James is, like I said, James is going to start on the All-Star game until he retires.
Same with Steph Curry though.
Ron in there, but Ant and KD,
yeah.
Steph and Wemby.
It would have been the opposite.
And Wemby. I mean,
yeah, I'm with you. I think Wemby should have been starting.
Steph Curry's gonna start though till he retire too. Chill. It's just
so Jordan, if Luka was healthy, would he be starting? If Luka was healthy, Jordan?
He didn't start last year. Shea and Luka started last year.
He wouldn't have started if Luka was playing.
Even with the game in San Francisco,
he wouldn't have started.
Yeah, I think he would. I think he would.
I think he would have. To be honest,
because even if we look at it right now, hold on, let me put this back up. Even if we look at it right now, Luka without playing, how many games has Luka missed? 25 games.
So
even without that, Luka was on his. Luka was up here.
And
but Ron, we've seen players who become all-star starters and barely play. Like Tracy McGrady did that crap. Like
Grant Hill played 3 games. And
hold on,
he voted a starter in the All-Star game. Played 3 games.
Who was he voted a starter by?
The fans.
By the fans.
Okay. Steph's gonna get more votes than Luka for the fans. So look,
that's the point, Ron.
But what about players in media? If Luka would have played and Luka does what he typically does, the same way he was voted a starter last year, I'm assuming he would have been a starter this year. They would have won more games, and he would have still been putting up his crazy numbers. He'd have had a couple 50-point games, a bunch of 40-point triple-doubles. I have a hard time coming to the conclusion.
If Luka's not hurt, Ron, if Luka's not hurt, I think he gets more fan votes than he did, though.
Yeah, if Luka was a 30-point per game MVP candidate, I think he's going to get more votes than Steph. I mean,
by the fans. No matter where the game is, if Luka plays all these games, the fans are going to be behind him.
SGA has more votes than Steph. Jokic has more votes than LeBron. So
Steph redeemed himself in the Olympics.
30 points a game, he would have more votes than Steph.
Steph redeemed.
Don't nobody remember the Olympics.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. You said
he wasn't great in the Olympics. He was awesome in those last 2 games. He was not great in the Olympics.
Jordan, you said
great when it matters. You know that only matters. Great when it matters.
Jordan, you said yourself about this TikTok generation. Don't nobody remember the Olympics? That was that was basically 5 years ago.
This is a TikTok generation. This is a TikTok generation. But at the same time, that's Steph redeemed himself a little bit in the Olympics. You know, they giving him the old man reputation like LeBron getting. It's possible. That's what's going on.
So, Jordan, I got to ask you. I asked everybody else up here. If Steph isn't starting, who do you have? Or do you believe Steph should be starting?
I mean, I can't take Wemby. I can't take Steph out for Wemby.
No. It's got to be a guard. It got to be a guard.
Yeah.
We'll get to the forwards here in a second.
Nah, I can't see nobody else I would put in there over Steph.
So you think Steph absolutely deserves this?
I mean, I can't put him over Anthony Edwards. Like, if I had to pick between the two, I would just go Steph.
All right. Well, let's get to the forwards. Ox, you and Swiper both mentioned that you believe Wemby should be starting. Casual, chill, Jordan. I need you guys to talk to me about how you feel about Wemby not starting. Do you think that no big deal, or do you think he definitely had a case to start?
I mean, I think it's a big deal. I think it's a big deal. He had a case to start, but at the same time, it's like who you like. What are we looking at? We taking out LeBron?
Okay.
Like,
so okay, that's one forward. What about the other ones though? I mean, because
who's
again, you're talking about the 5-man. Who we because this
is about forwards. One of them is excluded.
Right. So James is off the table. And
no. Jokic is off the table.
That's what I'm talking about. I was about to say.
Okay.
So isn't Wemby a 5? So he's not starting in front of Joker. That's not happening.
No, he would be starting in front of LeBron. It will be LeBron.
Remember, it's 3 forward picks. It's not a forward and a 5.
It's just 3 forwards.
Is Wemby a 5, man?
So 2 forwards and
possibly
2 forward, 2 guards, and 3 forwards.
Yeah.
So, I mean, who you keep saying LeBron? James is not coming off. If the game is in Minnesota, James is starting. If the game is in Atlanta, James is starting. So take James off the table.
Who else?
Well, that's what we're talking about, though.
That's what we're talking about. Who else?
It wouldn't be Durant's been better than LeBron for most of the year, and then LeBron's obviously been on that late surge.
Let's kill the logic about who's been better. Swiper, stop saying
that's
it.
what we're
not an MVP case. What we're talking about is
again.
the All-Star game.
If we're doing that, okay. If we're doing that, then cool. Then this argument is dumb because Steph Curry got voted, so he's starting. Durant got voted, so he's starting. LeBron got voted, so he's starting. So then there's no discussion then if we're doing that because the fans voted. This is what they wanted. The only person that got slided was LaMelo. That's it.
This was okay. Y'all can do that if you want. Don't have a conversation. You think it's dumb or whatever. But the All-Star game should be who the better player is. Get in there. And so I don't care about what you did in 2016. It's 2025. So LeBron James is not off the table.
The All-Star game,
yes, he is.
at the end of the day, is more about what
yes,
the fans
he is, because he's starting in 2025, 22 years later.
Definitely.
I'm talking about this conversation.
Even in this conversation, Ox, if we're talking about James, just from a fan standpoint, right? Just from a fan standpoint,
off the table.
If we're talking about James, he's going to get voted on next year at 41 years old. He's going to get voted onto the All-Star team as a starter. I don't care if the game is in Portland. I don't care if the game is in Sacramento. James is starting in the All-Star game. It doesn't make a difference.
Right. But that's not. But that's we're not talking about, like, this whole conversation hasn't been about who actually got voted on. This whole conversation has been about who should have been in that spot.
Right.
That's
what
you
got to factor on. But
who should have been in that spot based on what? Who should have been in that spot based on
who deserves the spot? I don't care. I don't care about fan voting or none of that shit. I'm talking about who deserves the spot. I don't care about, like I said, I don't care about what you did in 2016, 15, 14, 17, 18, 19. That don't mean nothing to me. I'm talking about 2024, 2025. Who should be starting? That's what I'm talking about. Y'all could talk about all the legacy picks, grandfathered in, all you want to. I'm not having that conversation.
Sure.
So with that being said, if Victor, I know, but if Victor Oladipo is outplaying LeBron James, he should have LeBron James spot.
What is your fascination with Oladipo?
All stars for the fans.
My bad, Ron. My bad.
I know what you're talking about, but goddamn.
The conversations that we're having right now is like all NBA first, second team conversations. This is the All-Star game. The conversation that we're currently having right now with our evidence and talking points is what you would say for like an all NBA team. At the end of the day, when we look back at these players' resumes, the All-Star is going to look the same as if you were a starter or a guy who played 5 minutes in the game. It's for the fans. You made the team. That's all that matters, honestly. It's a fan thing. The All-NBA conversation's different. Oh, this guy actually played better. He deserves to be on first team. This guy should be on second team. Honestly, at the end, I'm not going to sweat an All-Star. Like, oh, this dude was a starter and this dude was on the bench. He deserved to be a starter. Bro, they're both All-Stars at the end of the day. I'm going to be mad if someone didn't make the All-Star overall. But sweating a guy who averaged 24 points and the other guy averaged 24 points, and they all did different things, and the records are all kind of the same, whether one should be an all-star starter versus the other, I'm not going to do it. This is not the all-NBA team.
Yeah, but at the same time, honestly, if LeBron James averaged 10 points a game, he wouldn't be an all-star. So he's doing something that fans saying, damn, he's still LeBron James. I don't think so. LeBron James is still averaging great numbers.
What is he averaging? 22 a game, something like that?
Yeah, what else? No, what else?
22, like 7 and 7, some nonsense. 7 and 8.
He's still averaging great numbers. So it's kind of like we still looking at
23,
LeBron
7
James.
and 9.
Like, come on now. Like, we still looking at LeBron James like damn, like we saying, oh, he's grandfathered in. Like, no, if LeBron James was out here averaging 12 points a game, having a damn Vince Carter year when Vince Carter got old, they wouldn't put him in an all-star game. But he's playing like an all-star. He's still LeBron James. The Lakers stink. Yeah, they stink. They suck. But at the same time,
I don't know about that. I don't know if they suck, but no, they don't suck.
I mean, right now they stink. They stink right now.
Put out the belt on somebody last night.
That's cool though. That's cool.
We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna have a nice in-depth conversation about that.
Yes, but regardless though,
the Celtics
regardless, LeBron James, LeBron James is playing like an all-star. So we can't say, oh, he's grandfathered in. Nah, he busting ass to get in. Regardless, he busting ass to get in. He's still wowing people. That's why we still seeing LeBron James highlights at 40 years old. He's still dunking on people. He's still catching lobs. He's still doing all-star things. That's exciting. We're not just going to ignore that like, oh, man, we tired of seeing that. That's trash. No. LeBron doing what he's doing. It's all-star.
The Lakers are 5th in the West. I think LeBron James is 4th in the league in assists right now.
That's all-star.
That's an all-star, man. That is an all-star.
Like,
well, nobody's saying it shouldn't be an all-star.
Hey, that's an all-star over Victor Wembanyama too.
Y'all saying that K should be an all-star in the East? LeBron and Kate are averaging the same exact numbers, except LeBron averages, I think, more rebounds. And on top of that, his team's won more.
I think LeBron James has a case to be an all-star over Wemby, regardless. Like that's an all-star.
Whether it's a starter or not.
That's a
okay. What about KD?
No. He's an all-star starter.
What about KD?
Why KD? KD's in there, right?
Yeah, but
I'm asking.
KD's a starter, but
you're asking about Wemby
over KD? Yeah.
No, 8 and 9.
That's damn hell. What is KD doing? What is KD doing? We don't got our statisticians up here.
KD's 27, 6, and 4 right now, shooting 38% from 3, 52 from the field.
Victor Wembanyama is 24, 11, and 4.
And James is 24, 8, and 9.
For what?
Yeah, we're talking about KD.
But Ox, for what though?
Oh, wait, 4 assists. I don't know how many blocks.
But 4 blocks. 2.
Oh, and 4 blocks.
He give you 4 blocks.
About that. Oh shit, I forgot about that. Damn. So he averages 24, 11, 4, and 4.
They're having a good record.
Yeah.
Well, they're 20. Whether they 1 game under 500 now.
So what are we talking about? KD and LeBron are all stars. Like this should be.
Wait. No, hold on, Jordan. Because the Suns are 22 and 21. The Spurs are 20 and 22. So that's not. Come on.
Okay, cool.
They're both in the same place.
I mean, the Warriors. Steph Curry starting in the All-Star game out the playoffs. Steph Curry starting in the All-Star game.
There's a game and a half difference between the Spurs and the Suns.
And Steph Curry is starting in the All-Star game, and they out the playoffs.
Playoffs
started today. They out. So the
I just think
who's
that
the replacement for Steph?
I just think we've already declared that like this is the fan vote thing, and the fans wanted this, and they got it. So that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know what else we're arguing. Because now we're arguing like all NBA spots. Now tomorrow, but again,
KD had more votes than Victor Wembanyama.
Let's see. So if you look at I'll pull it back up, Ron. I took it out my screen.
Yo, swiper, please. There you go. All right.
That's what.
My bad. It took you a while. It was delayed.
Let's see here. So we had the 4.
Go down, please, or go up, please. Okay, he did have more votes than okay. Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so the players.
I thought Vic had more. Well, if that's the case, got to get the fans what they want, right?
So the players,
except for the East,
second. Fans voted him 3rd, and the media voted KD 5th. Wow. Would that be because he didn't play as much? Would that be because he didn't play as much this season?
It's because Jokic, Wemby, and Anthony Davis, they said was better.
So the media said that Jokic, Anthony Davis, and James were better than KD.
Is that correct? More deserving of the starter spot, yeah.
Oh, even though the players didn't think so and the fans didn't think so.
Well, the fans and players have the lower. They have a lower.
Right.
They have a lower approval rating than up and comers typically than media will, and then media have a higher opinion of contributing to winning at times than players and fans do. So that's
Swap. You know what? Damn that. Sometimes the people don't know what's good for them. You know what I'm saying? And the NBA need to take it upon themselves to get the old heads out the way and usher in some new blood. Move Victor Wembanyama out the way. I mean, move KD out the way. Put Victor Wembanyama in there. The fans need it. They just don't know that they need it. You know what I'm saying?
You know who you sound like right now, Ox? You sound like young Anakin Skywalker when he was with Padme, and then he said that we basically needed.
Wait, Anakin. He was one of the good guys.
Anakin became Darth Vader. No, Anakin became Darth Vader. Was the father of Luke.
Oh well, I could get with that. Darth Vader was a G. I could get with that.
You do kind of look like Darth.
Well, Darth Vader got heartbroken.
That's neither here nor there. Y'all, let's get to the East though.
Mm-hmm.
The West is the West. I think we all kind of expected Joker, KD, Bron. We expected them to start. SGA, we knew SGA was going to start. But the East, to me, was actually where things got interesting. So here we go, y'all. We have a few first-time starters. Obviously, Giannis Antetokounmpo is starting. Jason Tatum gets the starting nod. Donovan Mitchell is the starter. Is this Donovan Mitchell's first time starting?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Yes.
I can't remember. Did he start in 21?
No.
When they were the first seed?
I don't want to see no goddamn Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Brunson in the goddamn starting lineup. Put the goddamn LaMelo Ball in there. Stop playing. like, bro, like the NBA dropped the ball on this bullshit. Like, bro,
Jordan, I don't know. Donovan Mitchell 100% deserves to start.
Ron, the theme song
I am the best. I have the best record in the NBA.
Get the hell out of here. The theme song should have been LaMelo Ball coming out to Jello Ball. I might swerve in that corner. Whoa. Like, y'all messed this up. You're going to put the two not weird because they're cool people, but you're going to put the two least favorite people. Ain't nobody favorite player Donovan Mitchell. My favorite player Donovan Mitchell.
Well, the player said Mitchell. The player said Mitchell and Brunson deserved it over LaMelo, and so did the media.
The media did that.
The players had LaMelo 3. They had him 3 behind Donovan and Jalen.
Man, they messed
the players. The players had LaMelo.
The players had him 3
Adam
behind
Silver
Donovan and Jalen.
Overread that shit and said
why
no.
Would he? So he. I mean, I said the media had him low. The media had him low.
I don't. But look. Period. Though.
Can you pull up the votes, please, Ron?
Why would we not have LaMelo Ball, who averaging 30 a game, who clearly got the all excitement in the NBA? We talking about ratings sometimes too. Clearly got all excitement. Everybody, all the kids got the Melo Ball, Puma joints on. They come to the games, all that. Come on, man. How do we not have a guard like that in here at this time? That's all I'm saying.
Well, because the media said that Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson, Darius Garland, which is correct, Cade Cunningham, and Damian Lillard and Trae Young were more deserving of that spot than LaMelo Ball. Which one of those players do you? Okay, Jordan, let me ask you directly. So between Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson, Darius Garland, Cade Cunningham, Damian Lillard, and Trae Young, which players would you put LaMelo ahead of?
I would probably put him over Dame.
Okay, that's one. So he would be 6.
Now, mind you, I'm not saying I think he's better than Dame. I'm saying for this All-Star game.
Sure,
Dame,
but I'm saying
Darius Garland.
You would put him in front of Darius this year?
Yes, for the All-Star game, yes. Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell too. I would put him over in front of Donovan Mitchell too. I understand he's, they got the best record. But once again, we're not talking about all NBA first team. We talking about the All-Star game.
Right.
So I would go over Donovan Mitchell too. Who else you said?
So you had
Cade Cunningham.
Yeah,
in the East. Yep, in the East.
Man, but Jordan, sometimes when y'all talk about these,
definitely over Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah, but when y'all talk about these players that y'all won the All-Star game, and it really sounds like y'all putting together a team to play against the Globetrotters or play against And One Mixtape Tour or something like that.
What else? I thought
we was putting together a basketball team to play good basketball.
Yes.
Yes, I mean, I guess, but it's once again, we talking about the All-Star game. I mean, he not. I mean, he not playing good basketball.
No, Ox. We first of all, we're not putting together a basketball team to play good basketball because the All-Star game hasn't been competitive in years. So we're not. Doing that. That's number one. Number two, the All-Star game again is about what the fans want to see, and the fans wanted to see LaMelo Ball.
Like, how do you mess that? How do you go directly against your fans? In a league where
that's not what happened, though.
It's not entirely what the fans want to see, though.
So again, if you look at the weighted score, LaMelo got a 3 and Jalen Brunson got a 2.5. So the players said he was behind Jalen Brunson. The fans said he was ahead of Mitchell and Brunson. But then what happened is he got 7th among the media, and that put him half a vote behind.
Man, I'm sick of that media shit.
The media was.
How are you sick of the media stuff?
I'm sick of that media shit because how do you have him 7th?
Because he has 11 wins.
You the names.
Because he has 11 wins. He has 11. Okay.
Is he not entertaining?
They have 11 wins.
Is he not entertaining?
That's not how the media votes.
Can I just say this? I think LaMelo Ball is having an all-star season. Most of his numbers are carried by his, November, December, but that still matters. He has 11 wins, okay? And we've seen this in the East many times in the last decade. Bradley Beal, Trae Young, these 28 to 30 point per game scorers in the East who play on these losing teams. They don't get the all-star starting nods. So all of a sudden we're going to give LaMelo the nod just because he's flashy and shoots one-legged threes. We didn't do this for Trae Young. We didn't do this for Brad Beal.
I mean, I still think they hate on Trae Young too.
But they did the same thing. They were 27 and 30 points per game on losing teams. We didn't care to give him nods. But now that LaMelo is
7.5, how many rebounds he getting to? 6. I think it's six rebounds. It's like 7.5, 6 rebounds, something around there.
So this is what LaMelo's averaging: 29 points, 5 rebounds, 7.5 assists.
29.
Wasn't there a year where Trae Young was like 29 and like 10? And he was
we know he should have made the All-Star game.
But we're talking about a starter. They have 11 wins. I'm just saying that's why the media, because the media vote does matter. Because we just had a fan vote for All-Star, and the fans actually understand that they have 100% of the voting power. Swiper mentioned earlier, we're gonna have like a Zaza starter year. We could have Bronny James in the All-Star if the fans realized they had 100%.
The All-Star game stinks though, so I mean, whatever. The All-Star game's been stinking. So it's like whatever. It's like we dropped the hammer down on LaMelo Ball this year, knowing that the All-Star game has been sucking.
Do you think he's been better than Trae Young this year?
No.
Okay, so the media.
I also think highly over Trae Young too, though.
Okay, but this is what the fans, players have their own perspective, like individually. Then the media has their own perspective. So all three of them are bringing their own biases to the voting, and so media is more likely going to go based on best player. Because that's why Wemby was ahead of Durant and LeBron for the media. But if you go by the fans, it goes by what we like to see and name recognition, especially associated to social media. So and then the players, they have their own respect for a certain type of team and all that kind of stuff. That's what I'm telling you. Like, you might not think that he's even better than Trae, and the media agrees with you. Now, the media is also saying Dame Lillard's better this year. Jalen Brunson's better this year. I think Donovan Mitchell's getting gassed this year. Personally, that's just me though. I've been pretty loud about this.
I'm agreeing with you too, though. I'm agreeing.
Yeah, I think Darius Garland's been clearly their best guard this year. But I mean, for me, I
don't know about clearly, but I do.
Yeah, you can say he's been better. The word clearly is pretty strong. Like just for acknowledgement, Darius Garland, when he's on court this year among high volume players, is leading the best offense in the NBA. Here we go.
He's averaging 21, 3, and 7 raw stats, but he's shooting 50, 43, 87 splits this year as a lead guard. While running the best offense in the league
50, 40, 90.
Yeah. I mean, he's having an incredulous year, but
he's having
maybe not
year.
clearly. 50, maybe not clearly.
But I don't think clearly. You could argue that he's been better, but I wouldn't say clearly. He's been better.
Hey, well, I want to know what Tyler Hero going to get. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I really want to figure out where he's going to go.
He deserves some love, man. He's holding it down on
So the reserve.
Did you see that game yesterday?
Next week.
The next week. Did y'all see the TNT reserves?
I saw. I think Charles Barkley had Bam Adebayo as a reserve. I was like, oh my god.
Well, Charles Barkley had Jaylen Brown starting over Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I think somebody had
Jalen Green on the All-Star.
Jalen Green too. I'm like, oh my god, what are we doing?
No,
I don't, to be honest with you,
What's
I
that
don't hate
supposed to
that.
mean? What's that supposed to mean?
I don't hate that.
Get him,
Whoa.
Black. Get him.
Mars pulled up right on top. Man, let me find out
I
that
think I
Mars
saw
is the
Kenny.
producer of the show.
We're gonna make issue with Jalen Green. Chill out, man.
They just be having fun
did
too.
not
Nothing wrong with that. So
Chill
you're
out,
having a
my
good
guy.
time.
I'm not a Jalen Green guy,
Jalen Green 100% has made himself a case.
Oh,
I'm not saying he
man.
has the
Jalen Green
best
should
case.
be an all-star.
I'm not saying he has the
Okay.
best case,
Oh,
but
man.
he has
Oh,
made
man.
himself
an
a case.
extreme outside shot.
No, he
So
made
What's
that
one-
Green
what's
can
an
get an
extreme
all-star
outside?
of what, 2
Mars?
weeks
One of
basketball?
them
It's
have
not an
to make
extreme
it.
outside. No, it's
Yes.
not.
He has an
Right.
extreme
Jalen
outside
Green's going to get
shot.
an
Well,
all-star.
Jalen or Sengun have to be an all-star.
No, they
I
do
would-
not.
Fine.
No, they do not.
Yes, they do.
No, they do not.
They have the
Yes,
third
they
best
do.
record.
So
fourth
bonus
best
should
record
not
in
be
the
left
NBA.
off for either one of those
Fourth best
bums
record.
this year. 100% no. 100% no. I'm not doing this. You will not be leaving Demontis Sabonis off of the All-Star game for one of them this year.
And you're
No.
not going to have to leave him off the
That's why
All-Star game.
Jalen-
That's not the
that's why
point.
Jalen-
Yes,
No.
that's what it's going to come down to. That
No,
is
it's
the
not.
fringe.
No, it
So
is not.
bonus
Well,
is the fringe.
you know
big
what's
man.
happening? You know what's happening?
what-
We should have. Then the Sacramento Kings should have won more basketball games.
And that's
all right?
really as simple as
Jalen Green.
it is.
Jalen Green is.
They've been like
Jalen Green
they've
is
been
the
a
all-star.
top 3 team in the West.
Obsession with giving
Jalen-
one individual credit for the team's success. Why
not
do
an
why do the Rockets need an all-star? Because
They
the
don't.
Rockets are good. Why do we need to give one player all-star credit when, quite frankly, they don't deserve
It's
it?
not. It's not
Because
just
the
about
team is
players.
good.
Mark. It's
So
not
why
just
does-
about
why does-
players. It's
He's so
representation
far
for-
inferior to Demontis Sabonis. He's
Who?
playing
It's
so far below
representation
that
to
level.
that team. It's
Şengün has?
representation for the team. Sengun should not be an all-star.
Let Ime Udoka coach the All-Star game then. I don't know, because if anyone's going to get more credit, it's him. Because no,
You don't just get an
Rockets
auto
player-
bid because you're
no
the third
Rockets
seed.
player deserves
You don't
to
just
be
get
an
an
all-star.
auto bid.
No Rockets
That's just
player
not
is
true,
playing
Mars.
at that
That's
level.
not. You
Well, yeah,
guys,
because
you
you
guys
wanted
are
to
not
go
at the
put
top of the
Şengün in the
Western.
top
Mars, you
25
guys are
as a
not
top
at the
30.
top of the Western Conference solely off of
You're
just
at
being
the
a
top of the Western
collective.
Conference.
No,
Yes,
that's
they
just
are.
not true.
100%
No,
they
they're
are.
not. They got a
100.
guy on
You're
the
at
team
the-
averaging
they're
20 a
at the
game.
top of the
That's
Western
Who?
that's
Who?
largely
And
due
he's
to
been one of the worst scorers in the league for most of the
And
year.
the only guys you guys are suggesting for the All-Star game are our two worst defenders in our rotation.
Okay, so
We
what
are
are you talking about?
We are at the
Wait,
top of the Western
wait,
Conference
wait.
because we have a top 3 defense, and the only guys I've heard you guys suggest for the All-Star game are our two worst defenders.
But
in our
somebody has
Because
to
you
somebody
need
has
to
to score for
score.
y'all.
And they're
Okay,
both
but Mark,
negative
both
scorers
of them
this year.
and they're
Both of them.
inefficient scorers.
It seems to be working, but it
No,
seems
it's
to be
not
working.
working.
It's
That's
clearly
the
working
point.
because you're not
They
scoring
just
all
went
your
versus
games.
Cleveland
You're
7 minutes
not.
straight without scoring for the second time this year
Did they win?
Teams do that.
because of Darius Garland.
Also, they won.
Stop it.
But hold on, Morris, can you just please
Their
do me a favor?
defense.
Can you pull up Jalen Green splits
All right.
since
Please.
January 1st?
No, don't
And
do
if you
that. No,
guys
I don't want to
tell
hear
me
this. I don't want to hear
that
this.
January
This-
1st, Ron.
outside
Game,
shot,
the
and
season
also-
started in
He
October.
just went 4 for 16, so his splits probably aren't great.
Right,
But
exactly.
Right.
he has an outside shot because since January 1st, he's averaging 27 a game on 49, 46, 91 splits. That's fine.
Boy,
he would-
you said how much a
if he-
game?
27. If he were to keep up the player of the
On
week,
what are those
he
splits,
had,
Mars? What are those
40,
splits, Mars?
49, 46, 91, which obviously isn't
Okay.
sustainable. But if he was able to keep that up until All-Star
Yep.
game, that player of the week form, he would have a case to make it. And that's
Right.
ignoring the fact that for the first month and a half, he was pretty much a negative.
Yeah, but you don't get an all-star nod off 2 weeks. And that's what Mars is trying to say.
Which is fine.
Right.
I'm fine
That's
with him having an
understandable. That's
outside case.
understandable, Mark.
What
We
I'm
get
not
that.
agreeing with is that
Right.
Houston need to have an all-star because they're a good team. When the reason they're a good team are not because of the two players you're trying to get in the all-star game. Jalen
Okay,
Green is
send your
Jalen
best
Green is the
defender.
Rockets'
Send them
worst
in.
defender
Send them
in the
in.
starting
Send your
five.
best defender in.
Jalen Green is the Rockets' worst defender in the starting 5. Şengün is the Rockets' second worst defender in the starting 5. They are both inefficient scorers, and we are a bad
Who's the Rockets? Who's the Rockets' best defender?
Amen Thompson.
Okay, we'll send him in Thompson.
No.
Hold on, wait,
You
wait,
got
wait,
my
wait,
vote.
wait, wait.
Absolutely.
Wait, hold
you
on,
got my
time out,
vote.
Hey, so you do deserve an all-star. You just don't.
No,
it's just not
no,
how
chill.
you
Stop.
want, Mars.
Not chill.
Why not?
Not chill. That's
Why
not
not?
what he
Because
doesn't.
I saw
That's
you
not what he's
do
saying.
stuff
That's not what he's
happened.
saying.
This stuff has happened in history. This is
That's
going
that.
on.
This is all. It has happened.
We know.
I
let me
saw
go.
Dennis
Let's go through
Rodman
it.
make the All-Star team.
Yeah, but just
he was
because
the
it has
Who
happened
are
in
you to
history.
F2 this shit
That's
up?
going on.
But the
Y'all
Houston
know-
Rockets,
we know
none of those
Anthony
players.
Edwards is
I'm
gonna make
sorry,
the
bro.
All-Star
I
team.
just don't. I don't
We know
believe in giving
that's
players
one of the
all stars
backup
just because of good
guards
teams.
spots on. We know Anthony Edwards is going to make it.
But you believe in
Kyrie
giving
Irving-
players all stars because they
Kyrie
were
Irving
great
is
5 years
playing
ago?
undoubtedly better than Jalen Green. Can we agree?
Steph Curry.
Steph's having a
Kyrie
better
Irving is
season than
playing
Jalen
better
Green.
than Jalen Green. Correct?
No,
I
no,
didn't say
maybe
he's-
not.
I
Maybe
didn't
not.
say he was
They're
better than-
they're the 2 seed.
than
Maybe
Jalen
not.
Green.
No,
I
like
just-
he said,
What?
Kyrie Irving is playing better than Jalen Green. Correct?
Facts.
I'm having such
yeah,
a difficult time
yeah,
with this, man.
yeah. Ja Morant has played better than Jalen Green.
And I told you, I believe Josh should be in there too because I'm keeping the same energy with the Rockets and the Grizzlies.
3 guards, and off the bench, there's only maximum 4 guards available.
De'Aaron Fox has been better too,
and the potential 2 wild cards that can be any position.
Well, De'Aaron should have won some more basketball games.
I've already named 3 guards. Then you factor in guys like James Harden. Then you factor in guys like De'Aaron Fox. Then you factor in guys like Devin Booker. Then you even factor in an outside shot like Norman Powell. All of which have played better than Jalen Green. Correct?
Yeah.
I don't know. Jalen Green's team's winning. I don't know. Because I just
like I said, Jalen Green has an outside shot. Because all of those guards right now would have a better case.
All of those guys have outside shots too.
I agree.
Mars, my problem with your logic
is worse than them, therefore they are above him.
Here's what I'm saying. If all of those guys that you mentioned, James Harden, Ja Morant, and who was the other guy? De'Aaron Fox. If they all have outside shots, but this dude is at the top of the West. They're beating teams like the Celtics. They beat the Cavs. They're beating all these teams. I just don't understand why you wouldn't put Jalen Green in.
Jalen Green's averaging 20 points a game. He's averaging 20. He's averaging 21 points a game, y'all. On below average efficiency.
But Swipe, it has to be working though. I'm not buying the logic that they're only winning because of their defense. I'm not buying the logic that they're only winning by their defense.
If Jalen Green, I'm gonna be honest. Me saying outside shot is because I like Jalen Green. Jalen Green has no chance. Şengün is the only one with somewhat of a chance. Jalen Green is not the reason Houston are as good as they are.
Şengün, welcome to the All-Star game, buddy.
Jalen Green has no chance.
I'm still not buying that though.
Yeah,
they're winning for a reason.
Might have a chance, but then once again, when you go through the front court in the West, Jaren Jackson Jr. has a case. Anthony Davis, we know is going to be there. Victor Wembanyama, we know is going to be there. So that's 2 spots already unavailable. So AD and Wemby, 2 spots taken. There's at most 5 spots. Then like I said, Jaren Jackson has a case. Then you got Domantas Sabonis. Has a case. That's another
4 front court players right there. 4 of them.
That's 4 players who are all very clearly playing better than Şengün, by the way. Then you got guys like J-Dub who are a front court player who has a case. Then where else have we got in the Western Conference? I mean, I'm not gonna say Zoo, even though I think Zoo's been great.
You can stop right there, Mars, because we still got to deal with the wings and the reserves.
I just named 4 or 5 front court guys. I named 6 guards, all of which are all playing better than both of them. But just for their backcourt and front court, all of them have cases. Stronger cases in terms of how well they are playing over Şengün and Jalen Green. The only arguments you guys are putting forward is that the Rockets are a 2 seed and they need representation.
I hate
Mars, and your counter to that argument.
SGA started as an all-star starter, and they were playing.
At some point, the level of play you're actually playing.
100% my argument.
And Mars, what your counter to that argument was that your team, as good as they are defensively, that was largely why they are where they are. Well, if they're at the top of the Western Conference, largely because of their defense, that means that their best defensive player should be an all-star.
No, they're going to be an all-defense player. That's never been the case. When has a player gotten solely because of defense? When has a player gotten solely because of defense?
Probably Ben Wallace.
Well, Ben Wallace, Rudy Gobert, they've made.
So, but again, remember, Amen Thompson is playing how many minutes a game? How many minutes a game?
He ain't playing defensive player of the year defense though.
Like he's not playing this Rockets team is not a good. This Rockets team is not a good team. It's a damn good team.
He's not.
Hell no.
They're good, but they're good because of their defense. Chill. Like I don't understand. They're scheming perfectly for their defense.
Here's my problem with what you're saying, Swiper. They're a good defense.
I didn't compare them to
because of their defense. Meanwhile, the Golden State Warriors are a 500 team, and they're staying afloat because of Steph Curry, who is an all-star. So if we're going to use that logic about Steph Curry being an all-star, we got to use the same logic because the Houston Rockets are afloat because of their defense.
Now, but it's not because of Amen Thompson, though.
The logic is Steph is playing better than everyone on Houston. That's the logic. He's an all-star because he's playing better than everyone on the Rockets is playing. That's why he's an all-star. That's the same reason why LeBron James is an all-star. That's the same reason why Kevin Durant is an all-star.
Casual, and I'm gonna have you go next.
Don't raise your hand around here. I got yelled at for raising my hand.
That's the same reason why Kyrie might be an all-star. That's the same reason why Anthony Edwards is going to be an all-star. That's the same reason why Domantas Sabonis should be an all-star, because they are all playing better than every single person on the Houston Rockets has this season. That's why they should be all-stars, because they are playing better than them. By Ox's own logic that I was listening to the first 30 minutes of the show, the All-Star game should be about the best performing players. That's what he said. LeBron James made it because he's grandfathered in. LeBron James, we're talking about who should make it, but it should be the best players in the NBA. By that logic.
Hey, what about that Hawks team that had 5 All-Stars?
My idea for the All-Star game is either
they were the number 1 seed, and they had first off they had 4 All-Stars that year. They had 4.
The best players in the NBA.
Okay, but what about them?
The Rockets fit neither of those.
Well, you're bringing up a 2014-15 era. You got to.
Well, am I contradicting myself, Mars, when I say that the best
sounds like to me? It sounds like 6. It sounds like 4 or 5 different. It sounds like 4 or 5 different cases. This team is good because of this. This is why they have an All-Star. Wait a minute. This team has an All-Star because he's playing better than everybody else. This is
hold on, chill. Chill, hold on. There doesn't need to be a scale. Shingun.
We got one mic, y'all. We got one mic.
Yeah, we realize. So Shingun.
We need balance. We got
Shingun has. I have said repeatedly. By the way, just to be clear, Shingun is having his worst finishing season basically ever this season. He's missing layups and floaters repeatedly every game. He's averaging 20 points a game on like what 50? What is it? 54?
Why do y'all keep trying to trash how you keep saying that Jalen Green is playing bad?
No, he's saying he's playing good, even with.
Okay, but I'm saying no, it's working. Clearly, it's working.
No, it's not working because
it's
of that.
clearly
That's
working.
not what's anchoring.
Okay, so if I ask you, time out.
Just because you win, that does not mean the process is good.
Okay, can I ask you a question? Then what does it mean? You got a bad process, but y'all just winning games? Hey, God is just coming down.
That happened multiple times.
All of a sudden.
We talked about this multiple times. This is not a new concept.
Marlon Wayans is tipping the ball in. It's 6-man now.
What? It wasn't Marlon. It was the brother. It wasn't Marlon.
Marlon, Sean, Keenan, David. It don't matter who it is.
That's such a fire movie. Shout out to Steve.
Okay, so
if you have the
place
best
that you dub, that's a fire movie.
You can win despite the fact that your offense is horrendous.
So first off, you guys have the 12th rated offense in the league.
Why?
You guys have the 12th rated offense in the league. It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
No.
Also, too.
Break down what their offense is actually doing.
This is what I want to say. This is also what I want to say.
Boosted over the last month because of Shingun going up in its efficiency, 3-point volume, and 3-point efficiency.
So he started playing better. So him and Jalen Green started playing better.
Jalen Green went up in the
I can't hear everybody. I'm sorry.
Stop living in the past.
I told you what just happened recently. No, I'm not doing this with you.
So Jalen Green started playing better. Shingun started playing better.
You have agendas against agendas. I can't deal with it. I can't keep.
I don't have any agendas. I'm just trying to say I think should be in the All-Star game. I think there should be some type of sliding.
I think for you to watch Sabonis every night and sit here and tell me he doesn't deserve because the team is losing.
I didn't say that. I did not say that. So I never once said that. What I said
he doesn't. He deserves it more than Shingun though. It's just that.
Wait. But I said Jalen Green should be in the All-Star.
Out of what? Chill. He's playing better basketball than another center in the same conference. What are you confused about? Jalen Brown. Hold on. Because it's the reverse. No, Mars. It's the reverse. Jalen Brown is going to get nods for the All-Star reserve this year, and he's been garbage for a large portion of this season. And the only reason he's going to get in there is because of the Boston Celtics agenda and media. That's it. So this works the other way.
Swipey, you don't believe LaMelo should be starting.
I told you why.
So why should Sabonis? No,
it's a combination of all of it. I already said.
Don't believe LaMelo should be starting.
I already said that. I don't think Donovan Mitchell should be a starter. I've been very consistent on this.
Who should be starting? Darius Garland.
LaMelo. Hey, so I got a question.
Y'all like Trae Young in here. I get it. I get it. Y'all like Trae Young.
Who should be starting in the East? The 2 guards.
Oh, he said Trae Young. He said Trae Young.
You said Trae
Young, Jalen Brunson. I mean, I know y'all like Trae Young.
Hey, Swiper, I got a question.
I'm very curious because you just made the case once again when I was listening that De'Aaron Fox should be starting over Steph.
I said Anthony Edwards.
Or De'Aaron Fox, right?
You said or De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, sure.
So what you're saying is you believe De'Aaron Fox should be an All-Star, which I agree with.
Right.
But you're also saying you're not saying Şengün should make it to replace Sabonis. You're saying you think Şengün or Jalen Green should make it, more so Jalen Green.
Right.
Which means you think the Kings should have 2 All-Stars, which I'm fine with. But they are the 9 seed. But you can recognize they are playing better than certain people. So the seeding is not entirely to.
There should be a sliding scale, Mark. So with that being said, it should have to be we get one and Houston gets one. Make a choice. It don't got to be fair. It's basketball.
I feel like they're just not. If a Rocket makes it, I just don't think it's off merit, which is where I have.
It could be Jalen and DeMontis, or Foxy and Sengun.
Does anyone up here think Şengün is playing better than Domantas Sabonis?
I don't.
Somebody raise your hand. Chill thinks so. He's arguing.
I did not say that. No, I didn't.
I want to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Morris, to keep it real, I don't think Jalen or Sengun are playing better than DeMontis or De'Aaron.
And you are correct, by the way. But I want to make sure. So no one up here thinks Şengün is playing better than Domantas Sabonis.
No, we got brains, Morris.
Okay. Does anyone up here think Şengün is playing better than Jaren Jackson Jr.?
Nah.
I think Jaren Jackson been kind of hyped this year.
No, Jaren
been playing good.
Balling this year.
Jaren's been Memphis' best player.
Jaren has been going crazy.
No doubt.
And they're half a game behind Houston, so like you can't use the winning advantage.
But I'm glad you brought that up, Mark. So why are they? Why is Memphis as good as they are this season, Mark?
Well, they're elite on both sides of the ball. They got a new
because of Jaren Jackson and what he's doing. Is that
because
correct,
of their team as
Jaren
well.
Jaren Jackson's defense.
They got a good ass team, don't they? Don't they?
But
they got two very good players. They got two all-star level players.
They have a good ass team.
Casual, but they have two all-star level players. Look, the Memphis Grizzlies argument is better than the Rockets. They legitimately have two all-star level players. Jaren Jackson Jr. is an all-star level player. Ja Morant is an all-star level player. Ja Morant damn near should be a starter. That's how good he is.
Yeah, but the Grizzlies have won a lot of games.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
It just sounds like a whole. I'm getting confused.
Ron, why you do the close up
by what's going on here? And the reason why I'm getting confused is because it's the team record, but it's not the team record. It's how much better a guy is playing and how the media feels about how this guy is playing and how much better this guy is, even though in the past, all-stars have been on teams that have been terrible, but he's also been on teams that have been awesome. And this team that the Houston Rockets have right now is awesome. And one of the main reasons why this team is awesome is because they have two guys who are helping them be awesome. Two of those guys, if you take those two guys off the floor, they're not nearly as awesome as they are.
The Rockets are winning their minutes when Jalen Green's not in the game.
And okay, how much is he not in the game? How much is he not in the game, Swiper? How much? Because again, if Jalen Green is off the floor, I don't know. Let's say Jalen Green plays, 32 minutes a game, something like that? 33 minutes a game, something like that? Of those 33 minutes, he's not playing 15 minutes. So they're winning those 15 minutes. What about the other 33 minutes that he's on the floor? In that time, are they winning the majority of those minutes that he's off the floor?
Let me do this for you right now. Because they
clearly are winning with him playing.
What I'll do is because the biggest change in Jalen Green's minutes has not really been Jalen Green. It's been Amin Thompson. So just this year, when Jalen Green is off the floor, and then it's just going to be Alperen Şengün and Amin Thompson. The Rockets in 243 minutes. Again, their largest sample size is 500 minutes with Jalen Green and Şengün on the court without Amin Thompson. They're at plus 1.34. Without Jalen Green on the floor, and it's just Şengün and Amin Thompson, they're a plus 20.35 with a 95 defensive rating. Because they absolutely lock in once their worst defender gets off the court.
And that sounds to me like he's replaceable. But I wonder what the logic is with these other players, like with Steph Curry off the floor, with all of these other guys.
No. But hold on,
fellas. Right quick. Hold on, chill, Jordan.
Doesn't make sense, man.
I'm to the basketball now, Ron.
We will get back to
it. On their crew. That's over 20 a game,
fellas. We will get back to it. We will get back to this in a second. Before we do, it's Friday.
Doesn't make sense to me.
Which means it's Flex Friday, and that means we have prize picks to make. Why do we have prize picks to make? Because we like to run our game. We like to control our game. And at the end of the day, we like to win our game. We also like to play $5 and get $50 back instantly in promo funds when we use promo code PANEL. So if we like it, you should love it. But here's what's even more beautiful with PrizePicks. It's very simple to get in on the action. All you have to do is, kind of like I was telling you, download the app. And after you do that, you sign up using the promo code panel. Next step, very simple. You put in $5. And then right after that, you will get $50 back in promo funds. It's that easy. You get the $50 back in promo funds. Good. Now what do? You find your favorite players in the favorite sport that you like. Now, PrizePicks has all the sports that you could think of and all the sports you love. Hockey, soccer, obviously basketball, football, baseball, all of that good stuff. You find the player that you want. You check out their player projections for the night. Maybe you're like, Jamal Murray, we know you're a bum and you're not going to score 21 points, so we're going to go less. I mean, I would even go less if Jamal Murray was 17 points. Or maybe you're like, Sabonis, we like your PRA. I think we're going to go more. Or maybe you're like, Jalen Green, you really are an all-star, and I'm not going to go less than you. I'm going to go more. Well, if you decide to do that, you just got to pick 2 or more players. So I guess you take his all-star running mate, Şengün too. You go more with both of them. And now you actually have a contest. You submit your contest, you win your contest, and you get to cash out instantly on PrizePicks. It's that simple. Download the app, use promo code panel, pick more or less with 2 or more players, and you can cash out instantly. Just like that, in the snap of a finger. And, well, we're going to show you how to do it right here, right now. Let's get into it, fellas.
Can I get all-star snub LaMelo Ball, please? It's gonna be a revenge game. He's gonna make like 8 threes tonight.
Are we on the main screen with Cleveland and Philly?
We are on the main screen with Cleveland and Philly, so we do got to do that game. Good catch, Ox. So, Mars, would you like Eric Gordon, Demon Threes?
Just killed my whole vibe, bro.
Gershon Yabusele, your fellow Frenchman. All right, we'll come back to Mars.
No, give me some. I'm on bad vibes. Who has turnovers?
Yo, this is crazy.
Where's Paul George? Less.
Paul George less. I got you, Mars.
That's actually a good pick for real.
Man, PG been playing kind of
20 points.
21 points. Yeah, less. There you go.
All right, who's next?
Chill. Who you rocking with? You muted, Chill.
I'm gonna take a look at that New Orleans game, and I want to take a look at Messi.
Wait, we doing Philly Cleveland, Chill. We on the main stage.
Oh, we doing Philly. I apologize.
Ron,
I'm check out Cleveland. Yeah, check out Cleveland.
Yes, please.
All right, gotcha.
Ron, I'm
nah, Jordan, you next week.
Okay.
Let's stay with Darius Garland.
Okay,
because he actually plays good against Philly. I'll take that PR that points and assists 28.5. I'm gonna go more with that.
Okay.
Mr. Ox. Hey, Mr. Ox. We know that Joel Embiid's not playing tonight, right?
Yeah.
We also know that it's a chance that Evan Mobley might not be playing. I know he didn't play last game. I don't know if he's back yet. But I do know a big man that's going to be playing and who should be all-star. He goes by the name of Jarrett. Yeah, there we go. Give me more on that PRA.
Gotcha.
Thank you, Jarrett.
I'm going with my man, Dean Wade. Points and rebounds. Yeah, bro. I'll be trying to tell you about these Dean Wades, man. It's the way to go.
All right.
Excuse me.
Damn, I wish Pim was up here so he can give us the sure shot pick of the night. But fellas, we're on the main stage, and it wouldn't really be a main stage game if we only had 4, right? So let's type in Donovan Mitchell.
D. Mitch.
We got to find common ground on this, guys.
We need balance.
What are we gonna do? I'm saying less than the 9.5 field goals. I'm
saying demon threes, 4.5.
Think he makes 5 threes?
7.
Shit.
I'm saying on the 9.5 field goals.
I ain't doing that with D. Mitch. Ox gonna sell it. Ox gonna sell the parlay with that shit.
I think he's gonna get 4 assists.
Okay. Well, got to be 5.
Hey, D Mitch
Yeah, I
gonna
think
play
he's gonna
good
get
today,
5
bro.
or 6.
D Mitch gonna play good today, bro. The 76ers, they don't have the guards to stop him.
So we like to assist.
I like
Me
it.
and Chill is out on the threes. So it's either
good,
the assist or the field goal.
I like the PRA.
Hey, Ox and Jordan Sneer, yo, who got the cooties around here, yo? What the hell going on?
All right,
You know,
let's,
it might be lacking sleep for me.
let's go with the more and
Nah.
assist.
Babies will do that, brother. Facts.
No, it ain't the baby.
Oh,
It ain't the baby.
Wait, what's that?
shit.
In threes? Him and Tyrese? Let's just do that. Go down.
6.5 3 points, man.
Y'all cool with that?
I think they
Maxey
clear
gonna,
that.
Maxey gonna get him up. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
They definitely gonna shoot enough.
I wanted to do Maxey by itself, but let's just do that and we'll wrap it up.
I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine with it.
21 field goals attempted. Donovan Mitchell's not shooting that much tonight.
What's Maxey's field goal attempts?
Type in Maxey. I would love to go less on the 21 field goal attempts. They are about to blow these dudes out the water. He might not even play the third.
Maxey gonna shoot like 24.
I'll go more with Maxey. I'll go more with Maxey field goals made too, but
22.
22 field goal attempts. I feel like that's free. Man.
I think this is safer. The 6.5 3 pointers, man.
I like the field goals made or free throws made. I like going more free throws made with Maxey and less with the field goals attempted with Donovan Mitchell. But that's neither here nor there. We're just gonna go with the 3-point combination. These two hitting 7, and this is what we're gonna rock with. Ox, type in 15. There we go. So 15 will get us 225 when we go with Paul George less than 20.5 points. Keep it up, Paul George. Keep up the good work. Darius Garland, more than 28.5 points and rebounds.
Are y'all
Jared-
telling me that Paul George is a Leicester too?
I mean, we're
cousins.
gonna see. I think this is the first time
They-
anyone's put anything on it.
They are 100% cousins. I'm telling you. Jared Allen, 27.5 PRA, more. Dean Wade, 12.5 points and rebounds, more. And then we got Tyrese Maxey and Donovan Mitchell, Spider Mitchell, going more than 7 threes, 6.5 threes, but 7 or more. And that 15 will get us 225. Send that through Ox. Once again, in case you missed it, and in case you don't know what's going on, you can catch us tonight on the main stage. We will be watching the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Philadelphia 76ers. It should be a good first half. But the beautiful thing about us being on the main stage is we'll still get other games that we can catch. We'll get some Blazers and Hornets action. Scoop versus LaMelo. We'll catch a little bit of that. And then we'll get some Zion versus Ja. Y'all know the good old rivalry, guns and buns. We'll get a chance to check that out tonight, too. So y'all pull up, see us on playback tonight at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern time. I can't wait to see y'all there. In the meantime, Casual, my man, I know you wanted to get something off for a very long time. So I'm going to mute everybody, and I'm going to let you, whatever it is that you were trying to say, now's your time.
Okay, well, now the pressure's on me to have like the take of the decade. Thanks, Ron. I'm just having a hard time figuring out what's confusing. And I agree with Mars. Jalen Green, I don't know what the record is. Let me pull this up.
29-14. We're 29-14.
29-14. Jalen Green is not 29-14. The Houston Rockets are 29-14. I don't know why it's so hard to understand that a team can be so good without an outstanding performer. Şengün and Jalen Green can be good, but they don't have to be great because they're so great as a team overall. They don't need an outstanding performer to be a good team because they have the defense, the athleticism, the speed, the depth, and they're also inconsistent. But they can be a great team without having an outstanding all-star starting player. Just because in history, the 2 seed in the Western Conference has an all-star doesn't necessarily mean, because it's not in the rule book, doesn't necessarily mean they get an auto bid. Because let me give you an example in history. NBA history would tell you that you need a top 75 player to win a championship, right? But the 04 Pistons don't have a top 75 player, and they won a championship because they were such a good team and it's such a great collection of guys that they didn't need an outstanding top 75 player to win a championship. All I'm saying is you can be a great team without having an outstanding performer. I don't think it's a hard concept to understand. Like if Memphis didn't have an all-star, I wouldn't sweat it. Now, I think Jaren Jackson deserves to be an all-star, but I wouldn't sweat it because there's been many games without Ja Morant, without a guy or two, where they still win. And they're the 3rd seed in the West because they're such a great team, well-coached, young, fun, depth, a lot of young guys playing strong, that they don't need this outstanding 25-point-per-game all-star that we're all accustomed to, that is 2nd or 3rd team in the West are saying. So that's all I'm trying to say. I don't think it's a hard concept to understand. It's rare. Don't get me wrong. It's rare because usually the 2-3 seed has this 25-point-per-game league dog. He's carrying them to victories or being the leader of the show. You can just have these one-off like great teams that don't necessarily have outstanding performance.
Why though?
Right, but Caswell, don't you think a team like what you just explained, a team of that magnitude, a team that is as good as you say they are, you just brought up the 04 Pistons, a team that's this good, don't you think that they should have some type of representation at All-Star Weekend?
No,
I don't think that's such a hard concept to understand.
No,
that great team. It's not an auto bid. It's representation.
You don't get an auto bid for being the 3rd seed.
It's representation to having.
That's an auto bid. Representation's an auto bid.
But they production.
You don't get an auto bid because you're the 3rd seed. You don't.
But can you name?
Also, but hold on. Hold on, chill. My bad. Because their production says that what they've been doing has been working. So my thing
they're
is
contributing to wins, but they're not like an outstanding performer where you're like, they have to be an all-star. No, they're not.
No, I mean, it's not that they have to be an all-star, but it's like
19 points per game. What are we doing?
Hey, we have 21.
Oh, he's climbed up as recently because he had a good 2 weeks.
He's averaging 21. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. But at the same time, like, it's like, what precedent are we setting? Like, what are we doing as far as the All-Star game? Like, what about the Atlanta Hawks that had 4 All-Stars? Like,
well, the East.
I'm not even on that.
No, we can't do the East.
I want to hear where Chill's going because Chill's been very passionate about not understanding this. So
I understand what he's saying. I understand what all y'all saying.
Hold on. Let's hear him though. Let's hear him.
You understand, and I think Ox understands. He just disagrees. Chill just doesn't understand. So
go ahead, Chill.
Oh, I understand the concept.
Well, Chill, before we put up the prize picture,
you yelled that it doesn't make sense.
Because I understand the concept of being a good team and not having an outstanding player. I do understand that. That part I'm not on. I'm maybe a little bit older. I'm not dunce. Okay, let's be clear about that. I'm not. However, casual to your point. Can you name 10? Can you name 10 defensive players better than Ben Wallace?
All time.
All time. Can you name 10 of them?
Probably not. No, he's got like 3 or 4 boys.
And during that time with the 2004 Detroit Pistons, because they were in the Eastern Conference Championship 5 straight years. What was their mantra?
Well, they're really good defense team.
Yeah, and that was their outstanding guy.
Big shot by
that was their representative. That was what they were. That was what they were based on. Their defense.
Rip and Chauncey were great shot makers too, and Sheed, to be clear.
Nobody talks about the Detroit Pistons offense. They talk about how awesome
name is literally Big
as a
Shot.
defense.
Big Shot is his name.
Once again, the Detroit Pistons. When you talk about the Detroit Pistons in 2004, in 2005,
okay,
what do you talk about with them as a unit?
Chauncey averaged 25 and 5 and finished 5th in the MVP race. What are you talking about?
I'm confused.
The point that I'm making is it's not what Casual is telling me about having a great team and not having a specific representative, and you have a really great team. I definitely get that part. But if you have something and you have a staple, like for example, Mars with the Houston Rockets, your team is predicated on your defense. So if your team is predicated on your defense, there is a standout guy on your defense.
Not necessarily. I mean, the team could play great defense as a whole.
Yes, they could play great defense. That part I'm not going to argue. That part I'm not going to argue. But you do have a guy on your team because that's what the All-Star team is about. Standout guys. And you do have a guy on your team that's a standout guy predicated on, in your estimation, what it is about that's making you guys win.
When I say standout guy, I'm not saying the best player. I'm saying, like, you know what I mean by standout guy. I'm not saying, oh, best player means you're standout guy. I mean, like,
are you campaigning for Amen Thompson to be an All-Star?
I'm campaigning off of your logic that your team is winning primarily because of your defense and your outstanding guy on defense is him. If that's the case, that's your outstanding guy.
Team defense.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean
one of the main reasons why your team defense is as
great.
awesome as it is. One of the main reasons why your defense
is great,
is
but
as
that doesn't
awesome
mean
as it
that
is.
our best defender has to be an all-star. Like,
Yo, Mars, can you give me a
men's
numbers?
That's like saying Jonathan Isaac should make all-star teams.
Can you give me a men's number since
he became a starter? He's averaging 16 and 10.
16 and 10?
And like
probably like 3 steals. Yeah.
So is he
16, 10, like 3 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks? I think.
Yeah. So basically, so Jalen, I guess Chill, I'm confused because you saw it even more than I did. Like Chauncey, their defense was all time great, but like they had legitimate like good offensive players too.
Yeah, well-rounded offensive players.
Yeah, Rip Hamilton like was a legitimate
That's why they
shooter.
were a championship team, like,
right? Yeah, they had shooters on that roster. Chauncey Billups was one of the clutchest players in the league. He also was the most efficient scoring guard in the league for probably 2 of those seasons at least, relative to like 20 on 43% from 3. I think. I mean, I think he was shooting like 43% from 3, like in 2004. Like, you know what I mean? Like they would close games with Chauncey at the nail, and then he would just be able to hit shots over people. Rip was running the baseline consistently. Rasheed Wallace was a monster post game 3-point work. He had 20-point games in the playoffs.
Prince was the guy.
Tayshaun Prince would get off sometime. Like the Rockets have none of that. They don't have.
Hey, we have Amen Thompson.
I'm saying, but y'all don't got. I'm saying y'all ain't got Chauncey. They ain't got Rip. They ain't got
Max Hill. They ain't got Jason Max. What's his name? Max Hill.
Can I just say this again?
That was later.
The whole reason why I brought up the Pistons.
Rodney Stuckey even. They got. Is Rodney Stuckey on their roster?
Hey man, shout out Hot Rod, but go ahead, Casual.
The Rockets don't got McDice either. There you go, Mars. Shout out.
The whole reason why I brought the Pistons in the first place is because I was just trying to. Because Chill's whole point to the Rockets having an All-Star is because history says this team with this record should get an All-Star. I brought the Pistons to say an example where history says this should happen, but it actually didn't happen. History says that you win an NBA Finals with a top 75 player, and I'm saying, well, it's not like a rule. Sometimes we can have an outlier where, like, you can, win a championship without one. And the Pistons did so. So what I'm trying to say is, like, that the comparison's like, it's not a rule that, like, just because you were the 2 seed means you get an All-Star. There can be an outlier some years where teams just really
is this that year, Casual?
Yeah, but that's kind of different.
And Casual is this. And I want to stay right here. In Casual,
I think Tatum made fourth in the conference final.
So Casual, and this is that outlier year. Is that fair?
I'd say so, yeah.
Okay, if that's what we're doing, then this.
I think the Houston Rockets are a really good team.
If this is that outlier year,
stand out.
What do you mean a really good team?
They're a really good team. They play really well together.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fair enough. But they don't have like a really.
They're young. They're athletic.
They have like
play
a really good roster.
Defense.
Still
They're
got
well
holes.
coached. And they offensively do
the
enough
team
to win games. But I don't think they
that's
have
why
a
no
very
one's. People are saying they can lose in the first round for a reason, though. Like
exactly, that's
we're
what I'm
all aware
saying.
of that.
That's exactly what I'm saying. So when he says a really good team, it's like, yeah, we playing really well together. But as far as the roster size, looking at the roster and saying, damn, this is a really good team. I don't think so. I think
it is a really good regular season.
It's a really good
season.
It's a really good regular season team. The flaws are going to become more exposed in the playoffs. Like I just watched Cleveland.
Absolutely.
Well, and who are the flaws?
Jalen Green. I've seen it. They're a good team. I think.
I ain't ripping on Jalen Green right now.
We had all of this conversation. It was pretty much unanimously agreed that a bunch of guys are playing better than both of them. So it's like, if you think the All-Star game should be based on merit and just how good people are actually playing, it seems like everyone seems to agree the Rockets should have no All-Star. If you feel like a top 2 team or a top 3 team in a conference needs an All-Star because they're one of the 6 best teams in the league, or in the Rockets' case, I think they're the 4th best record in the league, then sure, Şengün should make it off of that alone. But if we're talking about like the actual 24 best players in the league or the actual 6 best Western Conference frontcourt players, Şengün's not in that group. And I think everyone agrees with that. So it just depends on how you define what an All-Star is.
Yeah, and get it, Mars. Let's just get 4 All-Star teams, Mars. Let's just do 4 All-Star teams and do a tournament.
Actually, they are doing it.
Scratch the end season. No. You
got the East, you got the West, and you got the Rising Stars.
It's not East and West. It's literally 3 teams. And I'm glad you brought that up because that was going to be the next thing we transition into. Is talking about
we're doing a lot on this. No games last night yet. Sheesh.
You want us to talk?
I know how we would have opened. No, I'm not talking about that. No, I am not talking about him.
We are. You don't have to talk about it, Piper, but we will.
I'm not talking about it.
We want
because
I straight sold.
It was a random game.
Ron, if I'm being honest, I straight sold the parlay. I should have took the demon. I 100% should have took the demon.
the
on
60,
Definitely
the
should have.
60.
That's
I should
crazy.
have took
Chill.
the demon on Joe. I took
He
the
damn near
ball.
hit that with just points and rebounds.
Yes, I
crazy.
should have took the demon. That's what I should have taken. So
Sabonis got
what
his
you
yesterday
say,
too.
But y'all,
Bonus
so
will always get his PRA.
He played horrible last night. Go ahead, Ron.
obviously we
Damn,
have
bro,
10 starters.
Carroll 1 for 14 is
And
crazy.
so I'm trying to
Pete
figure
Carroll.
out it's 3 different teams that they have to choose from. I think Shaq, Kenny, and Chuck all are drafted on those 3 teams.
Yeah.
Each team has 8 players, was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
8 out of the 24.
So that means
And the Rising Stars will be 8 people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Warriors,
yeah.
Rising Stars.
okay, so
It's weird. I don't know how they're gonna do it.
I'm just like it's 10
They're gonna draft.
starters.
What do you
It's-
mean how they're gonna do it? They're gonna draft.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like,
the weird part about it is it's 10 starters. You know, typically the starters start, but it's going to be some players that don't start because it's 3 teams, which means it's
Yeah.
15 starters.
but the
It's
starters.
gonna be
I
5
assume
people.
the starters get
Start-
drafted first. The
Yeah,
starters
so
get drafted first.
the starters get drafted
Yeah, but there's
first.
gonna
but-
be non-starters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
non-starters
so it's like
means
at this point, the
starters
starters
on
is
the-
kind of
yeah.
irrelevant now. That's the only point
Yeah,
that I was
I
making.
get what you're saying. I 100% get what you're saying. There's going to be people who aren't starters who end up being starters because the teams are split up into 3. I
Yeah.
guess what you're saying.
I actually never thought about that until you literally.
Yeah, I
said
didn't
it.
either. That's a good point.
But that will be
Exactly.
interesting. Next week, we'll get a chance to see what the reserves and stuff are. And sometime next week, we will do our predictions and we'll come up with our players' choice reserves for the West and for the East. That should be a good episode. But until we get to that point, let's read some of these super chats because some of you guys have chimed in, and then we'll get to the games from last night. DSG Piccolo said, I hope the Magic enjoyed the audition from Ant. They clearly need him. Had 79 points against PDX. Had them in hell, or had them ninjas in hell, especially Paulo. We went in too many games, though. Talking about the Portland Trailblazers. He said Rob Will was auditioning for teams too. Not going to be cheap to get him.
I didn't know Franz was back.
Yes,
I turned on the game. I just see Franz out
Just
there.
randomly.
I was like, oh, okay. So no one told me about this. Hello, Franz. Then I seen them again.
That's crazy.
I'm not gonna overreact, but Paolo's reverting back to the bad habits I didn't like. But we're gonna assume that he's just working his way back into.
No, we ain't gonna assume
Mars,
that.
you mean the bad habits that make Franz better than him?
I'm not here to say stuff like that today, man. But Tomani Kumara did a hell of a job. I'll say that. Tomani Kumara did a hell of a job.
No.
Portland have some nice assets. It was interesting. Scoot Henderson fouled out in like 12 minutes. So
Paulo went 1 for 14. Oh my
Garbage.
Yep.
Trash.
yeah, Paolo ain't have a good game,
That
but
shit was trash.
he's reverting back into some bad
Garbage
habits.
Joy? Yes or no?
Yeah, that shit was trash, man. I'm like, Paulo, what the hell you doing, man? You making my I was out looking at it like, damn, what the hell is this, Paulo? I was talking all that shit about Paulo too, and then you go disrespect me like that. I was like, God damn.
Yo, Jordan.
Like, yo,
It's a night. It's a game.
no, man, that shit was
And his
crazy.
shots wasn't
Disrespect-
falling. Like, come
They
on, that
disrespect
happens to
me like
everybody.
that. I'm like, yo,
That
what the
happens,
hell, bro?
that happens to everybody. Like, come on.
Ron,
I'm like, damn,
Ron,
bro, 1 for
Come on.
14 don't happen to everybody.
Yes, it
Ron.
no, for a 21
No, 1 for
year old.
14 is wild. 1 for
1 for 14
14.
That
is
shit was
wild, but
crazy.
for a 21-year-old, it's like, yo.
Ron,
Next
he got
next
no
game,
rating,
next
21-year-old.
game, he'll give you
That man
28 and 10, and
16.
everybody will forget about it.
Ron,
Next game,
Ron, that
he
man
will give you
ain't no-
28 and 10 next game, and we will all forget about it. For a
Wrong. That man is not
21-year-old,
no 21-year-old. That man is 6'10", 250. What 21-year-old walking
Hey,
around like
just like how Mars
A lot.
said, Scoop
that? No, ain't no
Scoop out
lot.
of 12
Swipe
minutes.
Crazy as hell.
That's what happens
Who
with
the hell is
21-year-olds.
250?
I'm pretty sure Goliath was probably bigger than that, but
Oh, you talking about Goliath. Exactly, bro. We don't see a lot of Goliaths. Exactly,
Ron,
bro.
just-
16,
Ox, why you
250
make
is
that
a
face,
man.
Ox?
What you
Ron, I
saying?
just want-
250 is a
Ron, I
man.
just want-
That's crazy.
I just want to be clear though, Ron. Just so you know, he was 1 bucket away from going 0 for last night. Just 1.
Facts.
Yeah.
Don't put that out.
That
there,
man
bro.
disrespect.
You got
He
you gotta
made-
go
he
1
made-
for some.
He made his
Still.
one and only shot in the first quarter, so like
know
6
what?
minutes into the game, and then
He
just
was
never
1
made a shot
bucket
the
away
rest
from
Man,
going 0 for
listen,
last night.
No,
listen.
hey,
That's
chill.
what
You gotta
disrespectful.
go 1 for some. You know what I'm saying?
That's-
Put it
I
to
can
the break.
appreciate that. Right.
Bro,
I mean,
that's-
so what is that? What is
Over.
that like? One for 14. What is 1 for 14? What is that like? 8%, 7%,
7%, I think.
7%. I mean, that's
What
a
I know
whole
is when
lot
you
more
get
than
the
0%.
Ox, when you get the test back, you got an F on the test. I know that for a fact.
Right. But look, that's a whole lot better
disrespectful.
than 0%.
Look, I'm gonna tell you
just
what Paulo did to me last night. That's like me smacking you on your ass saying good job and you shit on my hand. That was
Ew.
ridiculous what he just did. bro.
Ew.
I beat him up.
You came with?
What? That's an analogy. I beat him up. I said he was this, he was that. And this man gonna do me like that? I said,
hold on, no, Jordan.
Jordan been changing a lot of diapers. You gotta assume he done got some shit on his hand a lot recently.
That's the baby.
No.
Why you flapping niggas on the booty anyways?
You tell him good job, Ron. You say good job.
Hey, you deserve the dookie screech on your hand.
No, you say good job. No, I didn't say that. I did not say that. You said good job, bro. Then you look at your hand like, oh man, you built me. What the hell?
Yo, put Jordan on timeout for a second, bro. Give Jordan a 15-second break.
Hell no, that man goes.
Paulo is 21. He's in year 3, so wouldn't he be considered a baby, Ron? Is that fair enough?
That's the point I made.
Hey,
He's a young boy. This happens.
We get too close to.
Look, I wouldn't be surprised if Paulo did this again in March. If he did it again in April, like
I would be surprised. I'm not bigging him, Mars. I'm sorry, I'm not bigging his ass up no more. This over with.
Damn,
for one game,
that shit pissed me off. He gonna disrespect me like that. He got me all over the internet saying this shit, and then Jordan, he gonna say that 1 for 14 crap.
Jordan,
I was all over the internet saying this, Ron. I didn't say this in secret.
Jordan, but it's just doo doo. Wash your hands and get on with it.
It's doo doo, baby.
It's just a little doo doo.
No, hell no. No, man.
Drake, man, we're gonna have to take you to grammar school, get you some more slang, bro, because your stuff is crazy.
That's a real saying. I didn't make it up. That's a real saying.
I mean, people in the chat asking the right question, like, why does this person not have pants on for this to happen? So I'm trying to
no.
That was my thinking. That was the exact thing I was thinking. Bro.
Well, Jordan, shit don't just go through Levi's. Shit don't just
it is just an old school saying.
Yo, all right, super chats, y'all. Drink more water said
old school saying, bro.
Drink more water said it could change tonight, but right now the Bucks are a top 10 offense and defense. Net rating wise, 23-9 after a 2-8 start and the 5th best defense in that span. All I heard was how bad this defense is. Personnel, coaching, yada 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 yada.
That was going on. That was one of the main reasons why you weren't as good as you could be, and you've been
picking them to make the conference finals. Still,
we could recognize that you've gotten better. 100%.
Why you ask Shield?
You picking them to make the conference finals?
I am not picking them to make.
So then stop big upping them.
Should you
don't care about
that. Wait. I can't recognize that they've gotten better.
Nope, because you're going to view them through the prism of Jason Tatum. So no, you can't talk about them.
No, I'm not.
We're not doing this.
I'm not. That's not what I'm doing with the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm not viewing.
I've heard you talk about Giannis before. You always say Tatum outplayed him in Game 6, 44 and 20 or whatever it was. All right.
He got 46 that game, right?
Yes, he did.
He did.
So he outscored him, right?
He had 10 rebounds in that game too, by the way. But anyway,
that's who cares? Giannis had twice as many cooked.
Yeah, even though Giannis went 40 and 20 in that game. Yes, he did, 100%. I won't argue that, but that's not what I'm saying. What
$50 super chat, Ron?
I can't recognize. I can't recognize that a team has gotten better and not think that they're going to win the NBA championship.
Don't read that $50 super chat.
Or go deep into the play. I can't do that. I didn't know I couldn't do that. But go ahead, Ron.
Well, my man Yersta chimed in with $50. He has something important to say right now. He said, number 15 is the best center to grace the NBA. 2 to 3 more years of this, and he will be a top 2 center of all time. They can't keep hating, crying about the defense. The real MVP, a number 77 and number 13 supporter who had Luka as best in the world and MVP 2024. Dub swipe a Cam for being the first Hoop podcast.
Is 13 support to James Harden? Is that who you're talking about?
Oh, gotta be. Yeah, gotta be James Harden.
Yeah, 13 and 77 next to each other. It has to be.
That's gotta be James Harden.
It can't be Wilt.
So he said it's the Kevin Porter Jr. and
it's Kevin Porter Jr. and James Harden, obviously.
Kevin Porter Jr. Yeah, the real 77.
Ron,
is that the segue into what Jokic and the Nuggets did last night?
Because I'm not going to lie to you, it's an hour and a half into the show, and you only talked about it at all. So but I understand Jokic. He's Voldemort.
Well, no, we're talking about the title.
Now, shout out All-Star. Shout out LaMelo Ball should be starting. I'm an Ox. LaMelo Ball. He should be.
Ron, remember when we had the conversation?
With me, I ain't never said nothing like that.
I'm with the fans.
Ron, remember when we had the conversation about Vince Carter and the dunk contest in 2000?
George is 13. Yeah, sorry.
Go ahead, Chill.
Ron, remember when we had the conversation about Vince Carter, doing reverse windmill dunks in the dunk contest. Meanwhile, Jerry Stackhouse is coming behind him doing two-hand 360s, and that's kind of going right over our head, and we're not even paying attention to it. That's kind of what happened last night. As good as awesome as Joker was, we did have a dude on the other side who went almost 20 and 20. That did happen last night, and he was in a fight. He was in a fight last night. He was
right quick, guys.
Right
Right quick. So this
like that
this
is
is
crazy.
This is what happened last night. The Denver Nuggets got out to a flaming start against the Sacramento Kings.
They kicked Denver. They kicked Sacramento's ass last night. 100% they did.
They ended up winning 132 to 123. And this is what Jokic did. He put up some video game line numbers. He had 35 points, 22 rebounds, 17 assists, and 2 blocks. And on the other end,
one more time, Ron.
Hey, bring up his turnovers. He had 2 turnovers.
Hold on, Ron.
35 points, 22 rebounds, 17 assists, 2 blocks, and Mars only 1 turnover. And on the other end, who Chill's alluding to, Domantas Sabonis had 23 points, 19 rebounds, 8 assists, and 4 turnovers.
Typically, that's an incredible. Yo, can you stop with the plus minus every time you bring somebody up?
He was getting worked yesterday.
That shit is not. That shit is so irrelevant. Plus minus.
He missed like 5 layups, bro.
When there's 4 other people on the court. Okay, that's cool. That's
cool.
Plus you see, you know what? I was just trying to big up y'all because I'm not doing that shit no more. Damn that. Hell no. Fuck that. Because usually Domantas got something for him. I'm the one over here arguing. I'm the one over here arguing he should be an all-star, and you're not even doing it. So I want to hear it. Well, I can't. I gotta be true to basketball. I can't be true to Domantas Sabonis in the Sacramento Kings. I gotta be true to basketball. And my basketball stance on the All-Star game is just not that. But anyways, we're past that. My thing is, typically the line that Domantas had last night would be impressive, all that. But when Jokic do shit like that, though, it's crazy.
That's not me, just so you know. That's not me.
Why you mute my mic, Ron? That was not me.
I muted everybody that wasn't talking.
That was definitely not me.
Swiper,
why you just keep calling me out?
No, Sim in the chat. Sim was, I can't say it was a back-to-back because didn't the Nuggets have a back-to-back too?
No, but the Nuggets are they're 8-1 in back-to-backs this year on second night of back.
Yeah, but they played.
One loss was against.
They played on Wednesday. They played on Wednesday too, right? Didn't they play Dallas?
They played 2 days ago. 2 days.
Okay, well, still either way, I don't care. These are world class athletes back to back. I don't care. They got into Denver at 4 a.m. They didn't play till 5 p.m. So I don't care about that, bro. You're world class athletes, man. Get out there and play ball. That was an ass whooping. That's all that was. Simply ass whooping. I don't like switching on Jokic. Like it's hard enough for Domantas to try to muscle up and try to bang with him. But when you get Trey Lyles and Keegan Murray on Nikola Jokic right under the nail, what are they supposed to do? Like you at this dude's mercy. He's gonna terrorize you. It's a bad matchup for most people in the NBA. And shit, we just got our asses kicked. I mean, that was great stuff from Domantas. I mean, good stuff from Domantas.
From Domantas too. I mean,
he played solid, but Jokic, oh my god.
Doug, I mean, I think he played.
Man, Doug McDermott, man.
Doug McBuckets.
That's what he was there for.
When are we gonna trade Kevin Huerter?
I don't know. Does Kevin Huerter have any value? Because I ain't seen Kevin Huerter make a shot in a year. I ain't seen Kevin Huerter make a shot since he
made a shot on us that was a little crazy.
He's still a shooter. I mean, he's still a shooter.
He did that 3-point contest, and he just ain't been shooting the same since.
I mean, I think there's a couple teams that can use Kevin Huerter, but I think we might have waited too long. But
I just felt like Denver got whatever they wanted, whenever they wanted, and I think it was after Joker's 6 rebound. I was thinking to myself, this could be a 20 rebound because it was in the first quarter, by the way. He had like 6 rebounds, and we still like 3 minutes left in the first quarter. I'm thinking,
it's 7, and 6 in the first quarter.
Yeah, I'm thinking to myself, this could be a 20 rebound night for him, and I'm like, nah, Sabonis isn't gonna let this dude grab 20 rebounds on him. I don't think so. But then I'm watching, to Mars' point, the uncontested rebounds. I'm watching the offensive rebounds, and on top of that, I'm watching everything that they get around the rim. Because Joker, this is why rebounding is so important. Because Joker's rebounding, they sped the game up. Russ got faster. Peyton Wallace is now running. Strother is running. And the offense was so much more wide open when Joker grabs the ball off the glass and he's going with it, putting the defense behind him. They were just so much better than Sacramento last night in every way. In every way. Joker was fantastic.
Yeah.
Swiper, you can go ahead now. You can.
Oh no, I mean, I for me, I just think that Chill's a Wilt fan, and I think for someone to put up a stat line Wilt's never put up again, this is his third time doing that this year.
I'm sorry. He stop right there.
No,
please stop right there.
No, I'm being.
Okay.
Wilt, no, quite literally. I'm not trolling. Like I'm saying, no one in the NBA history has ever put up this stat line.
Okay,
before.
so that's not true. That's not true because Wilt did that in the 66. Not only did he do that in the 66-67 season,
It was there. I don't even argue with it.
Not only did he do that,
no one's ever had a 35-22-17 game in the NBA.
Chamberlain did it in the 66-67 season, and not only did he do it,
I'm about to go look for this game.
Go ahead,
It doesn't
look
exist.
it up.
About to be cooked.
Go to stat.
Go ahead, Chill. Go ahead. Let him finish.
Let
him finish. Go.
Not only did he do it in the 66-67 season, fast forward to the 67-68 season, he went 53, 35, and 14.
That's not 17 assists. That's not 17 assists.
I'm sorry, it ain't 17 assists. It's 14.
So no one's ever had it.
Unless you say 17 assists.
So no one's ever had it.
But you know what he did do? So I'm sorry, those 23 rebounds put 13 more on there.
Yeah, but he
Take
didn't
three
do
more
17
assists.
assists. So like,
I don't understand. Well, that's what the argument was.
17 assists.
No one. Yeah, there are games.
3 more assists, but 13 more rebounds.
Yeah, it's not what I'm saying.
You know he had more steals and blocks too. And
even though they didn't count that. Even though they didn't count that.
And his box plus minus was probably better too.
Even though they didn't count.
Now you're arguing who had a better game. Swiper's just saying that stat line hasn't been done before. He never said that's the best stat line ever. He said that stat line's never been done before. You bringing up a stat line that Wilt didn't do it doesn't disprove him. You just said Wilt had a better stat line in the game before.
He did do what he did do. That's in the 66-67 season. He did do what Joker did. That did happen.
Unless you was at a game that wasn't tracked, I don't see that game. 58, 25, and 6, 43, 23, and 5, 42, 30, and 10, 41, 19, and 4, 39, 28, and 6, 38, 32, and 10, 37, 33, and 7, 37, 24, and 12, 37, 30, and 4, 35, 33, and 4, and that's all his 35-point games. So
hang on,
because
I'm pretty confident.
I believe you without the game. Maybe the statistician just tracked it wrong. Like I believe you. I'm gonna trust your eye test.
And I saw this.
Yeah, like I trust your eye test. I'm just saying, Basketball Reference doesn't have what you're saying it does, but maybe you should talk to the statistician who was tracking the game that day. Because maybe you just missed some of the assists because it was only one person doing it. Shout out to Fluent for educating me on that. But I do believe in you. I do believe that happened. I'm going to trust
because I saw this.
I believe you.
As you were saying, Swiper, keep going because I'm going to find this because I saw it just yesterday. Literally, just saw it yesterday.
Oh, you had the film.
100%. I'm going to find
this. All of them stat lines I read were crazy. Not just 38, 32, and 10. I read 37, 34, and something. Like, Wilt was the numbers are ridiculous. But shout out to Wilt.
Yeah. No, it's a great game.
What's your
They're 12 and 3.
He's looking it up. He's gonna get the VCR and just go watch the game and check the assists. But not,
have you ever watched the tape on the VCR?
Oh, who? Mars?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. But anyway, on Jokic. Actually, no, not on Jokic. Oh, I just want to put that out. The 42, 30, and 10 game, Wilt Chamberlain did that while going 18 for 18 from the field. So shout out to Wilt Chamberlain. But the Nuggets are looking a lot better from where they started. Russell Westbrook is looking really, really good.
No.
What do you want me to say?
No. Russell Westbrook?
Yes.
Balling?
We've already been over this.
In 2025?
Ron's grievance isn't with me because I didn't hate
know this isn't with you. This isn't with you, Mars. This is with the consensus. Okay? Yes. This is with the world. Even if you believed in Russell Westbrook, this is with you too, because you ain't believe enough. Russell Westbrook is the second best player on this Denver team. All right. And I'm not gonna keep saying it. It's Swiper. He just is. All right. And he has been a fantastic addition for you guys. And like I said this earlier in the year. Y'all laughed at me and booed me off the stage. Y'all threw tomatoes at me. And if y'all throwing tomatoes now, keep throwing them. But I'm going to continue to say it. This team goes as far as Russell Westbrook takes them. I'm not saying it. They go as far as Jokic takes them. So y'all get what I'm saying. They go as far as Jokic takes them. But it's all predicated on how good Russell Westbrook plays. Jokic can do what he did tonight throughout the postseason. But if Russell Westbrook doesn't show up and ball out, I'm sorry. Y'all might not go to the second round.
Rod, I'm going to tell you, you're categorically wrong. That's not the way the team's structured.
All right.
What he has done emphatically is made them the best full court team in the NBA. Like
transition team, yeah.
Bar none. Like the best passing team in the NBA. They're getting the most free throws basically in the NBA because Russell Westbrook is, and the thing is Russ, Brown, Jokic, and Gordon and Porter, all five, and then Peyton Watson. They basically make this team like almost unstoppable when they're driving because they're going to get fouled or they're going to finish. Go ahead.
Hey, I just want to shout out Peyton Watson and shout out what's his name? Christian Braun.
Yeah.
Brown, Ron, for the 15th time. Brown,
Ron.
What?
My bad. But I want to shout out Peyton and Christian though, because they've taken their game to the next level. I did not project this, but shout out to them. I got to give them their flowers.
Shooting 57% from the field as a 2-guard. He's
So
leading the NBA.
Why can your team not shoot free throws?
Because
what
they don't have
that
good free
about?
throw shooters.
Yeah, they ain't got no touch.
They don't have.
They all rough riders.
Porter should be a 90% free throw shooter based on how he shoots the ball. He's a 71% free throw shooter. It makes no sense. And then Murray was
the basketball guys will not bless you because y'all got a big fat flopper playing center. So when you flop
that much yesterday.
When you do a whole bunch of flopping again, the basketball guys won't allow you to be good free throw shooters.
I'm sure.
So Mars, my fault. I was a year off, Mars, and it was two less. It was 2 less assists, and it was 2 more rebounds. It was 2 less assists and 2 more rebounds. And then that same season, the exact same season, it was 13 more rebounds and 3 less assists.
So he never did it.
And 17 more points. So it was 35-24. 35-24.
So you're trying to prove
14.
a point that didn't need to be proved because he never did it. That's what I'm saying.
Saying Wilt had better games.
All-time great player.
So he went 35, 24, and 14.
You're just ignoring me for no reason.
I'm not ignoring you. I'm making my point. He went 35, 24, and 14. And fast forward a month later, he went 50, 35, and 14.
All right, fellas.
So this is the second, by the way, that was the second ever in the last 57 years, I think, or whatever. Last time we did a second ever, I think it was 25, 20, and 15 game, I want to say, as well. So, I mean, just, whatever. But really, what the most important thing is the Nuggets are 12-3 in the last 15. They're second.
They rolling. They are rolling.
So hold on, Swiper.
Then they went 8 of their. I think they won 9 of their last 10, something like that.
9 of their last 10.
Yeah, they rolling right now.
Guess where I'm going with this? Guess where I'm going with this when I said that Denver is probably going to be the best team in the Western Conference. Remember we had that?
I remember that.
We had that.
It was a week ago. It's not hard to.
It wasn't a week ago. It was like 2. It was like 2.
You think they catch Oklahoma City, Jordan? You think they can catch Oklahoma City?
No,
I don't know if they can catch them. But I'm
Yeah.
I'm saying in the playoffs, I think they're gonna be the best team.
They can get the 2 seed.
Yeah, they can't get the 2 seed.
What are they? 3 games? What are they? 3 games out?
They're like
a game and a half out.
They're like a game and a half behind us, I think.
Okay, a game and a half behind
the 2 seed. That's
and
why
we play Cleveland tomorrow. So
Bruh,
if we lose to Cleveland,
I'm telling y'all, and the Lakers. And remember what I said about the Lakers? They stink now. They don't really necessarily stink, but they're not as good as they will be now. But in the playoffs, I'm telling you, Denver and the Lakers are the 2 teams that you gonna kind of see like, damn, this is what I'm talking about.
Lakers got to make a move, Jordan.
I think they do have to make a move, and they will.
AD's doing his press tour to try and get the Lakers to make a move. LeBron's going to do what he does. The Lakers are going to make a move. We understand that.
Call up.
I want to address the elephant in the room. If the Nuggets get the 2 seed, does Jokic take the lead in the MVP race?
Oh,
yes, Mars.
What?
Yeah.
Yo, they could just shut it down. Shut it down.
I don't even think it's a question, honestly.
Hey, call it the Nikola Jokic award.
Well, I just
if he do that,
just for everybody's context, I think people are maybe unaware on exactly what he's doing. So right now, as of today, he's averaging 30.2, which is third in the league, 13.4, which is third in the league, rebounds, 10.1 assists, which is second in the league, 1.9 steals, which I believe is fourth in the league per game. And he's averaging, he's shooting 56% from the field, 48% from three, 81 from the line, with a 65.3 true shooting. So I would argue this is the most complete offensive season ever. But you know, it just depends.
It sounds like he's leading the league in nothing. That's what it sounds like.
This is facts, Mars. Facts. That's true.
That's all it sounds
no,
like.
No, Mars, you are right. You're right. 100%.
Mars,
meanwhile, SGA is leading the league in scoring.
Exactly. SGA leading the league in something.
He is leading the league in scoring.
And the best record. And the best record.
And if I'm not mistaken,
oh, they second right now.
Yeah, they just lost.
Well, he leading the conference.
PJ Washington keeps doing it.
And we're gonna get to that, y'all. But before we get to these games, I do want to talk about the NBA dunk contest. We had a third contestant come to the forefront and say that they are competing. So we started with Matas Buzelis. He said that he was going to compete. Stephon Castle was the first person that said that he was going to join the dunk contest. And now Andre Jackson Jr.
Oh, shit, that's your man, Jordan.
Trash.
You're not gonna be shooting threes.
He might as well shoot his corner three and then go run and dunk that motherfucker. Because that's a trash he is. Gonna shoot that. That'd be a hell of a trick. They give his ass all 10s for that shit. He'd be like, I'm gonna shoot my corner three. He gonna have Dame pass it to him in the corner, and then he gonna shoot it, and then it's gonna come off the front rim. He gonna dunk that joint. And they gonna be like,
crazy. Being an Ajax hater is crazy.
Swipe, but how do I turn on my mic like yours so I can say that out loud? Trash. That's what I want to say about Andre Jackson.
Oh, we haven't heard from you in a little bit, Casual. I would like to hear how you feel about these three guys in the dunk contest. Is this exciting? Do you think these are three good catches for the dunk contest?
No. I 1,000% know where I'm going to be during this. I'm probably going to be at the bar, and this is going to be on a TV that I'm not going to look at. I'm sorry. I know my name is Casual. I know these players, but come on. For the general public, who, and who? This is something that is not going to drive you to a television set. The NBA dunk contest has fallen off a cliff, and this is pathetic. An NBA player hasn't won in, 3 years? A G Leaguer has? When I was growing up, and I'm pretty young, but I know back in the day too, dude, a lot of these players were like stars when I was growing up. You had Dwight Howard, John Wall, Paul George.
They don't want to be embarrassed no more.
There were stars in here, NBA stars, or at least household names. People had somebody out there had their jersey. Some of these guys outside their family, who has a Jackson jersey outside of his family? So it's like, this isn't going to draw me to a TV set. And it's kind of sad because the All-Star game used to be like, oh my God, look at Dwight Howard. Or at least Nate Robinson was an NBA player.
Look at John Wall.
And John Wall, Blake Griffin was
Jalen.
No, Jalen. First of all,
Jalen Brown just did it a year ago.
Jalen Brown did the most garbage dunk of all time. I'm talking about slamming in.
He did the deep Brown.
No, he dunked it first and then did play hide and go seek. And then John Collins
did the dunk contest.
No, nobody want to hear that. And then John Collins ass gonna jump over a sitting plane and broke that motherfucker. John Collins gonna jump over a sitting plane and broke it. That's garbage. That's what I'm saying. Like this is when it trickled down after Zach LaVine.
Yeah, I don't think the names matter. I think either they do good dunks or they don't. Like whether it's a good dunk coming from Andre Jackson.
Turning into nothing with Andre Jackson in it.
Like, I want to.
But Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon were pure young role players when they did it.
Yeah, but both of them were exciting, very exciting players.
They gained notoriety because of the dunk contest.
No. I mean, they gained more notoriety.
Yes. They became household names because of the dunk contest. Zach LaVine was a role player in Minnesota. Aaron Gordon was a lottery pick playing for the Magic. Like that's what he was. He wasn't like a big name.
Zach LaVine was that Zach LaVine before he averaged 20?
Yes, that's Zach LaVine in year 2015 is his rookie year, and then 2016 is his second year. These are sophomore. He's a sophomore. He's a sophomore.
16.
He did second year?
No, 16.
In 2016 was his second year. The first time he did it was his rookie year. Zach LaVine was a sixth man at UCLA. Who did the dunk contest as a rookie, won it, then did it again in 2016, and that's what became.
I don't think we're ever getting that moment back.
Zach LaVine wasn't a name nationwide before the dunk contest. The dunk contest made Zach LaVine a household name. It could do that for somebody. Matas Buzelis, if Matas
Aaron
Buzelis becomes a star and does well in the dunk contest is going to be people's first memory of Matas.
What is it? What is it going to be if he's trash in there though?
His people's first memory of him will be his dunk contest.
Well, the problem.
But what if he's trash in there? Would it make
if he's trash, then he's trash, and then everyone will just say the dunk contest hasn't been good since 2016. We have the same conversation every year.
But the problem is these last dunk contests with these players have been straight snooze fest. Though I'm gonna be honest, I can't remember a single dunk in the last like 5 years.
Last time I watched the dunk contest,
Jaylen Brown,
I remember him dunking over Kai Cenat in a chair.
Oh, yeah,
last time I watched the dunk contest was in 2020.
I remember that one. That's about
2020 was when last time I watched it, which was Derrick Jones Jr. and Aaron Gordon. That was the last time I watched it.
That was so dumb, dude.
I can't.
What did he rob 3 times? So did you get robbed 3 times or twice?
He didn't get robbed. None of the times he lost.
No, he got absolutely robbed. 100%
or something like
he
that.
100% got robbed. He dunked over Taco Falls and didn't get a full pitch.
Zach LaVine hit him between the legs from the free throw line.
That was the Derrick Jones year.
Wasn't doing that at this point. This is the Derrick Jones one he's talking about.
This is Derrick Jones.
Oh,
in
2020. I thought you were talking about. No, I'm saying
I think Aaron Gordon.
None of the times
I think he did 1,000% deserve to win 2020. I think he 1,000.
Gordon got robbed.
First off, the dunks that he had. You can make an argument that the Aaron Gordon dunk over the mascot was the greatest dunk of all time.
On the hoverboard, that was one of the coolest things ever.
Yes, but I also can argue
that's the best dunk I've seen in the dunk contest.
Yeah, but I also can argue that Zach LaVine going a windmill from the free throw line is something like Michael
James
Jordan
White did it. He got it from James White. He got it from James White. James White.
Where did he get the between the legs from?
James White. James White did that.
I didn't see no James White.
Y'all go, everybody, go turn on.
I know who James White is. I know who James White is.
I didn't see that.
100%.
Fellas, I got to pause right quick, casual. Just hold that thought. I got to pause the conversation because Yersta sent through another $50 to clarify some things. He said number 13 was Harden, best in the world, 2019, and 20, Wemby, Giannis, Jokic, Luka. Will be in the big 4 of the 2020s, all 4 ending in the top 10 by the time they finish. My young fatty GOAT been disappointing. Dub-Ox.
Luka's his
the Dub fatty GOAT.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dub fatty GOAT. He said Dub-Ox, Dub Mars, Dub Chill, Dub Ranisa. Who's that?
Oh,
you. That's you.
Dub Jordan and Penn and Dub Brotherhood.
I do think in the regular season 2019, James Harden was the best player in the league that year in the regular season.
Mars, you think he should have won the league MVP all 3 of them years, 17, 18, and 19?
Yes. And I think he had a strong case for it in 15. So yeah, I think he's a 3-time,
I do too.
possibly 4-time.
I think 15 he had a case.
So yeah, quite high on James Harden and what he did in that stretch of years. But 2019 is definitely, I think,
was that a 6-year, 5-year run he went on?
Well, 15
19,
through 20, yeah. But me personally, I still think like he elevated another level from like 19 to 21.
21 was incredible.
19 to 21 before the hamstring injury is better than 15 to 18. And 18
it's going to be really
he won the MVP, which is weird. But
it's going to be really hard if Denver keeps doing what they're doing and they end up in the number 2 seed. It's going to be really hard to keep the league MVP away from Joker. However, with what Shea is doing, if they stay in the number 1 spot, even though both of these guys were at the top of the league last year, they were tied for first place. And what Shea is doing this year, overall, like to Swiper's point, like what Joker's doing. I mean, Shea is having an
all-time great guard year.
Right. He's having an all-time great season as well. And this is both on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. So when you're talking about, but here's
not an all-time great defensive year. Not an all-time great defensive year.
Well, again, I said this to you yesterday. 2 blocks, 2 steals in the
here today. We're not going to turn this into something.
No, we're not. We're not. But it's always been the separator. It's been the separator. And I told you this, Miles, when I brought up the VORP, that's been the separator. And as of today, Joker leads the league in VORP. SGA is right behind him. Yes, Joker leads the league in VORP. And SGA is second in the league in VORP. And then on the defensive side of the basketball, I mean, we talked about this yesterday in terms of, being a steals leader. I mean, SGA is at the top of the league in defensive win shares. He's in the top of the league in box, and you know how I feel about box plus minus. But these are the things that they're going to factor in when you're talking about the league MVP. And I think that they're going to look at SGA with the team that he's on, how good they are as a unit defensively, that he plays amazing. They're not looking at it like you, Moss, where he's the fifth or the sixth best defender. They're going to look at it like the main reason why they are as good as they are is because of him.
Jokic is sharing his own box plus minus record, which is interesting. I didn't know he was still leading the league in VORP. I thought.
Yes, he is, and SGA is right behind him in VORP. That's correct.
But VORP is a cumulative. SGA's played more games than Jokic.
Yeah, which is why I thought SGA would be leading the league in VORP, but he's not. Right. So that was news to me. But yeah, Jokic. If
Jokic was last year, he would lose. If this was last year, he would lose. If this is 23, he would lose. If this is 22, he would lose. If this is 21,
if SGA played in those years.
No, I'm saying if SGA was playing like the way he is right now, and Jokic,
in the Thunder were at the top of the conference,
except for maybe 23 because they were at the top of the league, obviously at that point. But Jokic, any of the 21, 22, and then 24 years would have 100% lost the MVP to Shea. But then Jokic came back. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, Mars. You know what we got to do, right? Sometime, probably during the summer, Mars, swipe a chill. Casual, you invited to. We got to talk about the top seasons, the top 25 seasons of the decade. Because I'm eager to see who all. Because you got 2019 James Harden. You obviously got Steph's unanimous MVP year. You got multiple Jokic years. Then that's when we get into Kobe and Shaq and all of those guys.
2013 James,
from 2000.
Yeah, from 2000.
Oh, just from 2000. 2013 James, 08, 09 Wade, 09 James,
06 Kobe.
It will be interesting because somebody's going to get snubbed.
Hold on.
This Jokic year's on the short list, by the way. I'm just going to say this Jokic year's on the short list.
The best or the second best offensive season
it's on the short list. And if he doesn't win the MVP, I'll just say this: if he doesn't win the MVP, it's maybe the best season, at least top 5. To never win an MVP.
Like this is going to be number one. Probably going to be number one.
It's going to be crazy.
This is one of the best seasons I've ever seen in my life from an individual player.
I think
you do know that
regular seasons will be the 2 years he doesn't win MVP, which I think would be crazy.
It's one of the best seasons I've ever seen in my 2 eyes. What Jokic is doing right now, and I want to hate so bad because I hate the Nuggets with my guts because we've only won 1 game in the last 2 years in the playoffs. But this is one of the best seasons I've ever seen in my life. I mean, this guy is Wilt Chamberlain numbers.
Yeah, I won't.
These are numbers that I never thought I'd see ever.
Let's clarify earlier. Wilt did better numbers.
These are numbers that I never thought I'd see. Like numbers that I thought would kind of happen in the 50s, but it was black and white pre-merger. Who cares? Never thought I'd see numbers like this ever on like a night-to-night basis, and I am.
You're gonna care.
More better than Moses Malone.
You're gonna care.
Oh no, he's past Moses Malone now. He's got more MVPs. He's just more dominant.
Well, the same amount of MVPs, but
he does not have more MVPs.
He's top 3, but I think I think he's gonna be 4 this year.
If Joker wins the league MVP, just so you know, and I know that you guys don't want to hear this. I know that you guys don't want to hear this, but if Joker wins the league MVP this year, that's it. Just so y'all know, he ain't winning no more.
Oh, you said this last year.
So you believe in
vote fatigue now? I'm telling you that right now. If he
said this last year, Chill. Why
now you believe in vote fatigue?
Yeah, but Chill, what is that? Chill. What is
it's not voter. I don't think it's voter fatigue because guys still vote. He's still going to get votes. He's still going to be at the top of the league in votes. I don't think that's
Chill. What is that about?
It's not like
he says that because you had him 5th in MVP race coming into the year this year. What is that?
5th?
Because when we did the preseason rankings, he was 5th among all the players that y'all selected to win MVP.
Behind who? Who did I? What 4 players did I have in front of Joker?
SGA, and Tatum.
I did not put Luka in front of Joker. That is not true. Please go find the footage. And if I did that,
we did this. I'm like 95% sure you had Jokic at 5th, but like if you're saying you did,
if I did that with Luka,
I know for a fact you had Tatum, and I know for a fact
I can dig it up.
You predicted Luka getting hurt.
Ron,
I can dig it up. I'm just not going to do it right now, Swiper. Only reason why is because we do have to move on.
I know. I had Jokic at 4th.
I had Jokic pretty far down too.
I had the same idea. I didn't.
I said to y'all, what did I say to y'all? I said literally that episode that watch. We're going to be mid-season, and Jokic is going to be doing what he's done, and we're going to be right back to this place 1 or 2. And then Mars, I think Mars had a real. Because remember, Mars, that's when we had the MVP argument, the historical stuff, and changing standards. And me and you were going back and forth for an hour, which I thought was a really good conversation. Like it's no dig, but that's what I'm saying. Like I told y'all that Jokic has only gotten better every single year of his career, and he's 29 now. He's at the apex of his powers, and the Nuggets need him more now. And I told y'all going into the year, we're going to be right back to here. It's going to be him and one other person. And that's going to be the discussion for the rest of the year. And I told you he was going to win it. Now, obviously, I didn't think he was going to be having a 30, 13, 10, 56, 48, 81 year. I mean, that's like
why he's in this
conversation. Do you think there's another level? Genuine.
No,
do you
I'm
think there's
saying
more to this?
Jokic said himself yesterday, I'm playing the best basketball I've ever played. But then Malone said to him, he's not complacent, like meaning that he doesn't want to stop.
Right.
So there probably is. I'm not gonna lie to you. There probably is. But I don't. But the thing is, I don't think it's like a. I think it's the defense though, Mars. Because that's the thing. Since January 1st this year, he's been really good. Like because I think the energy.
He's been better than AD.
Well, no.
Yeah, he's a defensive anchor better than AD for sure.
Yeah, I think it's because he hadn't had to play as many minutes. Chill. He hadn't had to score as much. His efficiency's gone up. He's finishing around Mars. And remember, we talked about this. You thought his 3-point would go down. His finishing would improve. Well, his finishing is improved, and his 3-point.
Hey, the regression will still happen.
I hope not.
He'll end the season at like 42% from 3.
No way. No, I think over under 45. Ron, from 3.
Under. No way. It's no way. It's just no way.
The whole year.
Bro, it's not possible.
It is possible. It is because he's still.
We're 42 games into the year, and he's at 40%.
Okay, that means
we're already halfway through the season. We already halfway through.
Shoot like 36 the rest of the way.
He gonna go through a cold stretch, and then we're gonna start saying, "Oh, well, Jokic isn't this."
He did go through a cold stretch earlier, and it was 39%.
Man, we'll be fine. Trust me. That's gonna drop. But can we all agree? He's better than Moses Malone.
Yes.
Yeah. You ain't ready yet?
We had this conversation, Mars, by the way, like 2 years ago. So
yeah, but a lot happened. Like I'm gonna keep asking.
We're waiting on Chill. Chill hasn't answered.
So I think he's better now. Yes.
He was better 17 years
ago.
But
he's asking you directly.
Chill. I'll stand with
I'll
stand with you, Chill. No,
I'm standing with
me and Chill stand together. He's still not better than Moses Malone.
I'm still standing with Chill too.
Oh
Chill, what
I don't understand how you can do that.
Well, what do you feel like he has to do to pass Moses Malone, Chill?
Keep doing what he's doing.
All right, there you go. We got to move on though, y'all, because I got 2 announcements. First off, in case you don't know, we will be on the main stage of Playback tonight, and we need all 2,000 people that's in this live stream right now to pull up to Playback and watch the best team in the NBA, the Cleveland Cavaliers, play against the best tanking team in the league right now, the Philadelphia 76ers. It should be a good game. We'll see if Tyrese Maxey hits 30. We will see if Donovan Mitchell does Donovan Mitchell things, and we will get down to the bottom of a lot of things. We'll see just how good or bad Paul George is tonight. But nonetheless, pull up and check us out. Pin will be there as well, so it should be a good time.
We need to talk about that Celtics fall off now.
We gonna get to it, but it's Hall of Fame Friday, and I got my man Multi Kenny up here rocking with us. In case you don't know, if you're a Hall of Famer, you get little perks like this, like coming up on the panel and kicking it with us and giving us your best take or worst take that you may have. So, Kenny, I'm going to give you the floor right quick, but I also do want to shout out Tracy Steele and Cobra Son of Raditz. They are Hall of Famers too. If you're not a Hall of Famer, become a Hall of Famer. If you're not a member, become a member. And if you haven't liked the video or subscribed, do that as well. Kenny, my man, is it anything that you need to get off your chest right now?
I think I agree. LaMelo Ball got absolutely robbed of this position of starting on the All-Star game. And I'm fully in the belief that this should be 100% for the fans. Now I understand the criteria that people like to used to argue with, but if we just going off of like how I feel and what I wish would have happened, I 100% believe it should have been LaMelo Ball, like 100%. He is super entertaining to watch. And you know how they do. The starters usually get like the most minutes and things like that. Even if you are in the reserves, they kind of run it like an actual team where starters usually play more and stuff like that. And then I would want way more LaMelo Ball in the All-Star game than I would pretty much anyone else that was going to be in it. Because the enjoyment factor, because we all know it's not going to be competitive no matter what we do. It's just not going to be competitive. You can't make people care about something that they don't want to care about. So might as well get the most. I just play in the park pickup game I'm a shooter from whatever, do crazy stuff. I'd much rather get that player who's also good because I don't want that player being like a random role player for me with anything like that. Be a starter in the All-Star game. I want to get as much enjoyment out of that game as I can because the last few years, I had to shut it off. I just couldn't do. I couldn't do it. Last year, it was last year where they broke the record and had like 200 plus points or something like that, right? Yeah. So that year I was watching it. I was watching it. I was watching it with my girl, and she was like, "What are they doing? They're just going around and shooting it. Like, you think this is fun watching this?" And I'm like,
"Yeah, I never cut it on.
I had fun.
I didn't cut it on. Once I seen the dunk contest, that let me know how the night was gonna go. Usually the 3-point contest and dunk contest kind of build up the anticipation for the next night. No, I'm like, man, get the hell out of here.
Was last year the Mac McClung year?
Every year's the Mac McClung year at this point. But yeah, last year wasn't.
No, was last year the Jaylen Brown year where he did the no?
Yeah, but Jaylen Brown was going against Mac McClung. So.
Yeah, I know, but he overshadowed Mac McClung with the no look dunk he did. The dunk, see if it went in, then close my eyes. Like, that had to be the most ridiculous dunk I ever seen.
That was a good dunk.
No, it wasn't. Besides John Collins,
Mac McClung's dunks were good.
Besides John Collins,
I don't remember no dunks besides Jaylen.
That might have been the worst one I ever seen in my life.
That one was. Who else was in well, didn't Blake Griffin jump over the front of the Kia? Is that what happened?
Yeah, it was the front.
Yeah,
no, but John Collins jumped over a plane that was on the ground and he broke it.
I remember.
Oh, yeah,
it's like a historical plane and he broke it. That's my thing. Nothing worse than that one. He had his little cape on and all this.
I don't know. I've seen people miss 4 straight dunks. I don't know. Like
Swiper to put a historic plane on there. You broke the people plane. Yeah, it was something significant about the plane he brought.
It was like a paper plane, wasn't it?
Jalen Green tried to dunk with an NFT and missed every single one.
That should show you the history of
NFTs, by the way. I don't know what happened to them. They just died out. But
yeah, they're worthless now. They're worthless.
They probably died out because of the Jalen Green dunk contest.
Damn, Jalen.
But
yeah. All right, I did see somebody do a layup in the dunk contest though. That was crazy.
I think old girl got sued over
the layup joint is crazy. Bro, the layup joint was crazy.
Let's get into this Lakers Celtics game. Before I get into this game, though, I do want to mention something that Anthony Davis said. Anthony Davis, he recently did an interview with ESPN, and he had a few notable quotes. He said the reason why he wants to win a championship is because he said, 1, we want one for the city. 2, we never got a parade. Remember, they won that in the bubble during COVID. He said, 3, it's a lot of talks about an asterisk. Again, Disney World championship, basically. And then he said, we are 1 to 2 pieces away. I really feel like we are. And then he also said, I think we need another big. I feel like I've always been my best when I've been at the 4. He said, having another big out there, we know it worked like when we won with JaVale and the White. Casual, what's your thoughts on what's your thoughts on this?
Thoughts on these comments?
The championship and them needing another big.
Well, I do think they do. I would like them to get another big. Part of the reason why they have defensive issues at times because teams have figured out, hey, if we just pull Anthony Davis out the rim, it's a free lane, free layup. I would like another big. I wouldn't want the Lakers to go all in, like shell like 2 or 3 first-round picks just to get like a backup big. It seems like that's a lot.
Call up the Trailblazers and ask for Robert Williams. They'll hand him over for a bucket of extra crispy and a 6-pack.
Are you sure?
I'm going to keep saying that.
I don't think they will.
Are you sure? Because they've been calling about Walker Kessler.
4 bigs on their roster. They'll hand him over for
Robert
a bucket
Williams
of
is that best
big
big
and a 6-pack.
Are we sure?
Hand him over. They don't care about winning. They don't
respect Donovan Clingan.
I want to get the Lakers the benefit of the doubt too, because I don't think Rob Pelinka is that bad to where he hasn't called these teams. Shams also said that they.
You don't think he's that bad?
No, that bad. Like he's not at least calling these teams.
No, he's calling, but he's bad.
And the price apparently is too high. They're probably asking for multiple.
I'm calling her. She just don't want me.
They probably don't want. What I'm trying to say is what I think about the Anthony Davis comments is pretty funny. Because I do think he wants to win a championship, but there's so many games where I'm like, God, is this dude even trying? Like, I feel like the Lakers could be so much better if he would, like, there's games where I'm like, dude, he's just not asserting himself offensively. He's just not dominating defensively like I'd want him to. So I do think the comments are funny because I do think the Lakers are a lot better than people think. But part of the reason why they lose to these good teams is because I just see games where LeBron too, but it's like, damn, is Anthony Davis even trying? So for him to say all that, like, oh, we want to win a championship, it's like, damn, man, if you really wanted to win a championship, you give us a better effort on some nights, you probably have some more wins. But it's okay.
Any other thoughts and comments? Kenny, how you feel about this?
So my biggest issue with both, and not my biggest issue, but one of my big issues with Anthony Davis and anything that surrounds LeBron is how they have to do this kind of, like you said, this press tour to try to get people kind of say like slick comments, things of that nature, in order to get what they want, and then inevitably fall short, and then they're going to blame it on something else. I would have much more respect if the focus was more so, how can I play better? When I'm on the floor, how can I do better? Rather than, oh, we need this, we need this, we need this, we need this. What about what you already have? Exactly. Now I understand you can't control outside forces like lack of personnel, but as Casual pointed out, and I think he did a great job at it, there are things that Anthony Davis could be doing better. This is not a Jokic situation where Jokic is playing out of his mind and then they just lose games sometimes. All right. This is is Anthony Davis even on the floor? Is the Lakers playing 4-on-5, 3-on-5? If LeBron not playing too? It's more to it. I wish these players would take more personal accountability rather than trying to look for the answer, out somewhere. Rather you look within.
But Kenny, can I counter that with what James said, where they have to play almost perfect basketball with what we already do?
Yeah, you could say that about most teams. The only teams I think could sleepwalk through the regular season is like OKC and Cleveland. Most of these teams at the Lakers level, they don't have that much margin of error because they're not a great team. But when I'm watching the Lakers last night, they out the gates wanted to beat Boston. I know you'd be like, oh, what are you trying to say? Every team wants to beat a team off the gates. But their energy was phenomenal to start to finish. And when I watch this Lakers team, I'm like, there's some games against good teams where they let go of the rope too fast, where I see, oh, my God, LeBron, Anthony Davis has already quit. The Mavs went on this like 10-0 run, and now this team's quit. They gave up. They're not being aggressive. Mm-hmm. I'm watching them against the Celtics. This is a good team. Like, now I would like another backup big. I don't like Jackson Hayes. Maybe an upgrade over Vincent. Reeves is a really good number 3. LeBron and AD are one of the best duos in the league. I like the addition of DFS. Vanderbilt's coming back on Saturday. Rui, everyone's trying to get rid of him. I think Rui's not bad. This is a good team. My issue with them is they don't give the proper effort on a night-to-night basis to win more games than they should.
You think that's largely due to the fact that their leader is an old guy, and that might be
part of it's on LeBron and Anthony Davis. They don't give the proper effort on a night-to-night basis to win games like this. The whole team showed up last night, and that's why they won. And I wish they did it more often because they would be in a better place.
Well, I think they caught Boston at the perfect time. I think a lot of people are just not understanding how much calamity is happening with Boston right now. Like, they are 10-9. Their net rating is great, but they are oscillating like crazy. They beat a bunch of teams, but then they lost to the Raptors. They beat a bunch of teams, and they lost to the Kings by 17. You know, I just think that Boston got caught at the right spot. I've said this to Chill. I don't think they're physical. If you don't play physical with the Lakers, you finna get walked because they just got a bunch of shooters, like in terms of, like Reeves and Braun. I think they got like dudes that can get to the basket. Anthony Davis can get out and I'll play you anytime. I think that's a good matchup for them. They beat them. Like, the Lakers feel good versus Boston anyway. I think for the last few years, they played really tight games against them. I think they have like the star power at the top to play well in those situations. Boston, for me, doesn't press the Lakers like other teams press them. And I just think that like it was a perfect combination of the Lakers wanting to beat Boston anyway. It's rivals week. They had the energy. The first quarter, Boston did not come out swinging a hammer. And then here we are. And then that's where the game went. And it was a 20-point lead.
But we have to, as much as we want to devalue the win, because Boston's 9-9 in their last 18, and they were coming off an overtime game the night before against the Clippers. This was still a good win for the Lakers. I mean, mind you, they have the third or fourth best home record in the league, but they were still a 6.5-point underdog to Boston with their best 6 playing that night. And a lot of people expected the Lakers, as they've done sometimes on national television to good teams, lay an egg. Third quarter comes around, they get shot off the court, but they didn't. Now, there was a stretch where I was like, oh my God, the Lakers were like Brown and Tatum missed all those free throws in third quarter. We were like, oh my God, the Lakers could low-key let this slip away. They didn't. And I really appreciate the Lakers' effort, and I wish they would give more effort games like that.
Yeah,
all right, well,
the Lakers they're gonna. If you told me right now, like they went to the playoffs, I genuinely think they could push everybody except for maybe 2 teams. I mean, they're that talented at the top.
I like their chances against everybody else outside of Denver. Avoid Denver, and I think.
But chill. If they had Isaiah Hartenstein,
they can't do OKC. They have nothing against.
Yeah, if they had Isaiah Hartenstein and Chet in that series, bro, I think they would make life like horrible for Anthony Davis.
Outside of OKC, Denver, because they own us, obviously, and probably a healthy Dallas. I'm taking the Lakers over any team in the Western Conference in a 7-game series.
Memphis, I think they could get Memphis.
If they give, well, you heard it before. They did make the Western Conference in 23.
Yeah, it's just funny that every
they
year
did it last year because they ran into Denver.
The Lakers over everyone. And
well, just because it's just
next year, I'm still taking them. It's just funny.
If it wasn't for Denver, this team,
that's because of who they
different team.
Remember who they keep running.
Right now, they're scheduled to play in the playoffs as of right now.
I mean,
I know, and it's pissed me off.
Out in round 1.
It's pissed me off.
Out in round 1.
I can't do this. I don't want to watch
right Prime Tyson 3 minutes into the fight. It's over.
Goodbye. They got the door right there. Out.
I've seen this movie too many times. I don't want to see it again. I want to watch something different. I don't want to see him again against Denver.
It's like as a 49er fan, I don't want nothing else to do with Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. As a if you dig in the Lakers, you don't want nothing else to do with Joker. Nah, let somebody else deal with him.
All right, well, shout out the Lakers. They beat the Celtics last night, 117-96. This was in large part due to 3 players having 20-point games. Austin Reeves had 23 points. 6 assists. Shout out to Austin Reeves. Anthony Davis showed up tonight, and last night, he had 24 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 blocks. And LeBron James is still beating the hell out of Father Time. He had 20 points, 14 rebounds, and 6 assists. So
best
shout out
age
to Lakers.
39 season ever.
Oh my God.
That's what age 40 actually.
Age 39. Remember, you started the year.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like if you turn the certain age by All-Star break or something.
Either way it goes. Best 39 and 40.
Shout out
39 or 40.
Yeah. Shout out Gabe Vincent too.
Best
Vincent had 4 threes.
Yeah.
Shout out to Gabe Vincent. He's going to be big if the Lakers want to make a run. Shout out to Gabe Vincent as the backup ball handler.
I like Max Christie, man.
You think they're going? I think they're going to try to trade him. They're going to use him in a trade as a trade piece.
They're going to try to trade everyone that's not.
The Lakers are trying to trade everyone on their roster, not named LeBron, AD, and Reeves, and they're not really having.
When is the deadline? When is the deadline? The 6th?
I think it's the 15th. Isn't it?
Oh, it's damn! It's soon. Okay.
So it's a week. It used to be right because
it used to be around the All-Star break.
Well, it's the week before the All-Star break. The All-Star break is the 14th and
February 6th at 3 p.m. Man, ain't nothing going on. Chill. 13 days. To chill.
Yeah, that's 2 weeks.
Well, both casual chill. What would you be unwilling to move? Like, what's the worst player you're unwilling to move Austin Reeves for?
Why I'm so unwilling to trade Austin Reeves? I'm not a Laker fan. I'm a LeBron fan. I just have to root for the Lakers. So honestly, I really don't care about the Lakers. So I don't care about the Lakers' future. So I don't want to do the argument like Reeves is here for the future thing. But as of right now, I think Reeves is on one of the best. I think Reeves is on one of the best contracts in the NBA. And to get that level of player on like $2.50 is really good. You want to have that player.
By the way, to suppress his contract is one of the worst things I've seen in the NBA, and no one ever talks about.
I don't know how they got away with it.
They told everybody that whatever you do, there is nothing you can do. We're not letting him go, and they gave him basically the MLE. That's what happened.
I think San Antonio offered him more money. He just chose the Lakers. But
no, they would have had to match.
The Rockets did too.
The Lakers would have had to match.
But what I'm trying to say is his contract at his production is such a steal. I feel like you have to keep him.
Yeah.
I just like the chemistry between him and Anthony Davis, and I think it's going to be
good chemistry too.
I just think it's going to be really difficult to match that if you bring somebody else in, especially at this juncture of the season. And plus they've been together for as long as they've been together. It's not like Austin Reeves been on the crew.
Joe, would you move him from Levine?
Hell no.
Well, financially, that just doesn't add up.
Yeah, and
See, I'm
hell
saying,
no
like,
too. By the way,
would you include him with the deal for Levine?
No.
I like the continuity that Austin Reeves brings to the team. I think continuity is really important to trying to win championships, and I think him being around with the chemistry he has with LeBron, Anthony Davis is really good. Obviously, Zach LaVine is the better player in a vacuum, though. I'm not like saying.
Hey, but hold on, Swiper. Go back to
better
your
player does not mean better fit, though.
Yeah, I like Austin Reeves as the number
young players that can play defense and that have roots.
You just don't like him as much as yourself.
What?
He's not talking to me because I don't like Max Christie.
Talking about casual. You just don't like him as much as Zach.
Yeah, he look exactly like Zach LaVine.
My twin.
Exactly like Zach LaVine. I said that earlier. Somebody said, "Who was
Garbage, Ron.
that?" Was
Get Ron Mike off. Kick Ron ass out of here. I'm sick of this.
Yo. It's a couple more games that I do want to talk about, though.
Please, can we get to
Zach
that?
LaVine and Klay Thompson brother. That's what he looked like.
There are two teams in Paris right now.
His brother.
There's two teams in Paris right now. The Indiana Pacers and the San Antonio Spurs, and they played last night. And Wemby put on a show for his hometown team, or for his hometown country, or for his home country. Wemby had 30 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, and they smacked the Pacers. But before we get into the game, I just want to say that the people showed up and showed out for the NBA in Paris. These are some of the people that were in attendance, or some of the celebs and big names. We had Cameron Brink was in the house.
Who?
A joint. Let's just say that a joint.
All right, Cameron Brink was in the house. CeeDee Lamb, Odell Beckham Jr., and Jamar Chase, 3 golden receivers.
Why? No. Whoa. Get Odell ass out of there. You know,
there's 2 golden receivers. 2 golden.
Yeah, let's not
he just riding their coattails. He just riding their coattails right now.
Odell was him.
Yeah, let's not
disrespect
my goat. Let's chill out.
Odell was him. But either way,
Odell ain't been him in a long time, man.
Tony Parker, another French legend, was in the house.
Yeah, we heard about Tony in them streets.
Manu Ginobili, a San Antonio and Argentinian legend, was in the house.
Top 5.
Rodri and Pau Gasol also in the building.
Who's Rodri?
Who's Rodri?
Mars.
He's a football player. He's the reigning Ballon d'Or
soccer player.
So
I don't know who Rodri is.
Right there.
I do not know who Rodri is.
Come on, man. Y'all need to.
Who does he play for, Mars? Mars, who does he
play
for?
He plays for Manchester
Ron,
City.
who do you play for?
He plays for Manchester City and the Spanish national team.
Come on, y'all. Lock in. That's why he's with Pau Gasol, 2 Spaniards. But shout out to those 2. Also, AJ in the house. But chill. Why the hell ain't this boy in school?
I was just about to ask that. What the hell you doing? Yeah, what the hell you doing?
What you doing over there?
And they in the middle of a season too.
And why keep saying in the middle of the season? How about in the middle of school week? Like,
well, are they out for? Did they get out for MLK now?
No,
for the week?
nobody.
Bro,
he'll be all right, man. He missed 2 days of class. You acting like it's the end of the world, man. He'll be all right.
They ain't celebrating MLK in Utah.
The NBA probably had a. The NBA probably
federal holiday.
The federal holiday.
NBA probably sent some invites.
They ain't celebrating the MLK Day in Utah. What's wrong with you?
Yo, and last but not least,
Arizona. I know.
Sabrina is in the house too.
Ionescu, you can say her last name too, bro. She's cold, bro. She wanna.
Swiper.
Is she gonna be in the 3-point contest again this year?
That'd be cold, on and off.
Yeah.
Or
they just don't think I'm star-studded enough to be on this graphic. That's crazy.
Who?
I guess.
Yeah, Mars was there.
Mars was there.
I'm just not star-studded enough, I guess.
Mr. Black
Mars was not there. Mars wasn't there. Mars wasn't there.
You think he gonna miss a chance to miss his GOAT Wemby?
Exactly. It's cool though. It's cool.
Mars was
I don't believe you were there. I don't. Mars, were you there,
Mars?
Mars?
My emotion up. It's cool though.
Were you there, Mars?
Hey, Ron.
He was right next to Pau Gasol.
I may or may not have been there. I mean, we'll never know. According to this Instagram page, you don't want to give me
Well, I'm going right to the.
We gave Sabrina enough.
They don't know. I went viral on TikTok that one time.
Pull her back up. Go to her Instagram.
What is wrong with you, Jordan?
Yeah,
what? We didn't give her enough recognition.
Yo, is she going to be in the 3-point contest again, Ron? Do you have announcements about that?
Whatever.
She should be.
It hasn't been announced.
Okay, I want Caitlyn in it. I'm not gonna lie, that would do numbers.
Both of them should be.
I'm
pretty sure they're gonna do that.
Oh, what? Hey, what about? Hold on. What's the other girl? Mabley.
Fried. Sliper, you own it
This is
today,
where I need
boy.
Ox. This is where I
Sliper,
just
you own
tune
it
out.
today, boy.
Yeah, Ox would be like.
I don't think we're in the
boom,
same
boom,
planet,
boom.
Jordan. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What you
We're
mean?
we're not speaking the same language on the same planet. I'm talking purely hoops, my dog. Purely hoops.
Oh.
Purely hoops.
I
I want to see shooters. I want to see shooters.
Hey, boy. Hey, I'm gonna keep the comments.
Speaking of seeing something, Miles, were you at the game? Yes or no?
Seeing what, Chill?
Nah, I wasn't at the game.
That's all I'm asking. I just want to know if you were there.
If I'm not gonna get recognized for being at the game, then
That's the yes or no question, Miles. Were you there or not?
Come on, Mars.
Yeah, I
Tell us
wasn't
the
there.
truth.
Were you there, Miles? Yes or no?
If I was there, Yahoo Sports would have posted I was there. So no, I wasn't there.
Okay. That's interesting. Okay.
All right, y'all. And it is one more game that I want to talk about. And then we're going to get around to these super chats. But it's one more game that has to be talked about because, when the Celtics get their ass kicked, I'm quick to talk about it. If the Cavs were to lose, I'd be quick to talk about it.
No, you
so
wouldn't.
we got to talk about when the Nuggets
We
lose.
didn't
I'm
even
so quick
talk
to
about the
it.
Rockets Cavs game, you liar. About when the Cavs lose, we were quick to talk about it. We ain't say a word about that game, but it's cool. It's cool. It's what it is.
OKC got popped, and it felt very familiar in the fashion that they lost.
Jokic got millions everywhere in the Instagram comment sections too. Sheesh.
PJ Washington put on a hell of a performance against the Oklahoma City Thunder, and they beat them.
It's a slideshow, so it has your
Yeah, you're right. My bad.
PJ had 22 points, a career high 19 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks, and he led the Mavericks to a 121-115 win against the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Mavericks are now 24-21, and they are the 7th seed, and Oklahoma City is still at the top of the West with the second best record in the league at 36-8. Fellas,
Bro,
how we feeling about this?
PJ Washington
sick of this man. I'm getting sick of him.
Wow.
I think Dallas should feel more comfortable versus OKC than anybody else in the conference.
Can I ask a question on that?
What's up?
What about this Mavs matchup gives OKC a hard time? Because we saw last year in the playoffs, that was with Luka and that new Mavs team that went to the finals, but they won in 6.
Because they trap SGA every single possession.
I wouldn't.
Wait.
Keep going, casual. Keep going, casual.
What I was trying to say is now this season, they've beaten OKC 3 times. No other team has beaten them twice. And some of those games are without Luka.
Yeah.
So what about this Mavs matchup gives OKC so much problem?
I'm gonna be honest. Like last season, I think the playoff series that might be indicative. I think the matchups between them this season, I don't think they tell anything. Like you said, Luka hasn't been there. The 3 times the Dallas Mavericks have beat the Thunder, the OKC didn't have a big in any of the games. Chet and Hart, the 3 losses, Chet and Hart didn't play any of them.
That's actually
what was the difference?
So that's
Derek Lively's not there either.
What was the difference?
Like these games aren't telling me anything about either team. If Luka's not there, it's not telling me much about Dallas.
Okay.
And if OKC are playing that, the only time they've had a big, they beat Dallas by 2. That's the only time. Hartenstein played that game, they won by 2. And that doesn't tell me a whole lot because Luka's dealing with what he's dealing with. And every other time they keep losing to Dallas because they keep playing Dallas when they have no bigs available. Like it's just the timing of these games just isn't great. Like I want to see fully healthy Dallas versus fully healthy OKC in the regular season. I've seen the game 4 times. In 3 of them, OKC haven't had a big on the roster, and Luka hasn't played in I think 3 of them as well. Like it's I'm not taking anything from any of these matches.
Okay, so can we at least talk about what happened tonight though? Because OKC was an 11.5-point dog in OKC. I can't just chalk it up to a big man being there or not. Because when you're 11.5 dogs,
you actually can. You actually can because you actually can because if I'm watching that, because I did watch, I watched some of that Oklahoma City game last night, and Dallas attacked the rim regularly. They got downhill, and Oklahoma City had no answer for that, and it didn't help. It didn't help that the Dortcher chamber, the door got opened up because he did something goofy and got thrown out of the game last night.
About time he gets getting called for what he been doing.
Yeah, so that didn't help that he got tossed. But to answer your question, Casual, they did a great job in getting downhill and getting to the rim. When they play that small ball lineup, Dallas does a great job in matching that. And not just does a great job in matching it. They got really good one-on-one players. I'm watching Spencer Dinwiddie go down the gut and punching on people. And that's because they don't have.
I want you to beat Shea off the dribble, but if I say that's
Swiper, you've been tickling a little bit.
The only time both these teams have met up relatively healthy was the game that OKC won. Luka was there, Kyrie was there, Clay was there, Lively was there, Gafford was there, etc. OKC had one big. They didn't have Chet, but they had Hartenstein. And if you guys remember that game, they handled Dallas. It was quite comfortable.
Why everybody act like as soon as you say Diddy is crazy?
And I'm not going to say that's indicative that OKC is better than Dallas. I'm saying that's the only game where both teams have been healthy. The other 3 games, Luka's been missing and OKC haven't had any bigs. So it's just like, it just doesn't tell me much about the quality of these two teams going forward and in a playoff series. So it's disappointing, if I'm being honest.
Mars, I'm going to be 100% honest
they've been unhealthy for 3 of them.
If I'm going to be honest with you, just like I said with the Lakers and Denver, I think Oklahoma City wants nothing to do with Dallas in the playoffs if they're healthy. I don't think they
wouldn't want nothing to do with PJ Washington either.
Yeah. Get 20-20, man.
Yeah, something about that OKC matchup. It seems like that's PJ
Washington. One more time, Swiper. I want to make sure I heard you correctly, Swiper. One more time. I just want to make sure
it wasn't like uncontested rebound. It was 20-20.
A legitimate 20-20. Like he be pissing me off.
Like Carmelo, get the F out of here.
I don't think they want anything to do with Dallas if Dallas was healthy in the playoffs.
I don't know what PJ Washington turned into an all-star when he see OKC. Like
he's just not afraid of them. Like that's such a thing in sports, y'all. And I know a lot of play sports up here. There are just sometimes when you see somebody, no matter how good they are, I feel good versus you. I'm comfortable.
Oh yeah, PJ was out that game. Shout out to Aaron.
I walk in Jordan's house. I put my feet up on the couch. I feel comfortable.
You a motherfucking lie, boy. You a motherfucking lie. You a shit.
Shoes on.
How long is that lasting, Jay? Hey, Jay, how long is that couch? How long is that going
socks on your couch?
No. What happened is Swiper hit the Rick James on.
Right.
That would never happen. That would never happen. Swipe out of his damn mind.
Crazy.
Nigga out of his damn mind. Swiper wouldn't even get in my house.
I mean, we'll get a glimpse during PC weekend. It might not be your couch, but it's gonna be your room. So we'll see.
You're crazy as a motherfucker, boy.
But I'm saying that's what PJ Washington is. I think he just feels good. Like he's not afraid of Dort. And I think the thing is, PJ's just bigger than everybody. I don't think people realize how big he is, dude. Like that's a big.
PJ, no, he's 6'9". I think he might be.
He's 6. He's a legit 6'9" dog. Like a legit.
No, he's not. No, he's not. He is not. He might be 6'7". He might be 6'7", bro. PJ not no 6'9".
They do got him at 6. They do got him at 6'7". They do got him at 6'7".
Whatever.
Come on,
6'7".
bro.
Cool.
Come on,
sure.
Swiper, don't do that.
Whatever. But he's bigger than them. I think that's the point. He's bigger than all of them. Like he's bigger than all their wings. He's not afraid of J-Dub. He's not afraid of SGA. Not afraid of Dort. And then on top of that, the way they're gonna cover him with Luka and Kyrie, my dude gonna be sitting right over here in the corner, or right corner, Jordan, just like this, just waiting for them to crash the paint and then to collapse, and then he's out there. And then if he gets a switch, he's driving to the rim. Now, obviously, Chet and Isaiah need to be there. But again, he just feels comfortable. I think Luka and them are going to be good in the series. I think that will be a tough matchup. I only think there's 2 teams, and I've already said one of them, that can beat OKC in the playoffs in the West. And it's only Dallas, only Denver. I don't think anybody else has a shot. And I think
the Lakers.
No way.
Okay.
They would be so physical with the Lakers. Austin Reeves would be in.
Okay.
Yes,
all right, we're gonna come back to this.
All right, y'all. We got a gang of super chats. Before we get into these, y'all make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. Also, we will be on playback tonight. And last but certainly not least, you know the show is brought to you by PrizePicks and all of that good stuff. But I have to throw you an alley-oop. Jaden McDaniels' player projection for this weekend is only 1 yard passing. That's all he has to do. Make sure if you are on PrizePicks to add this on as basically a free pick. And then do some other things too, and you will come out victorious. Once again, if you play $5, you will get 50 back instantly when you use promo code PANEL. So go ahead and do what you do best. And
look,
be a fan.
There's going to be some nasty conversations with Jaden. If Jaden Daniels wins this game, there's going to be some nasty conversations happening.
And I'm here for it too.
Who would this be? This would be. I mean, this would be Magic Johnson walking into the Commanders and then going to the finals and beating the
but
Eagles.
He doesn't have a Kareem. But he doesn't have a
Magic
Kareem.
Johnson's not the best player in the world, so kind of.
Terry McLaurin is Terry McLaurin is huh?
Terry McLaurin is a damn good wide receiver. Yes.
But he's
not the
best
player
in the
world.
Don't get me wrong. He's not Jamal Chase. I'm not arguing that.
Hold on. Let me take this moment to give my teammate a shout out. Shout out Dorrance Armstrong. That's my guy. Shout out Dorrance. Yeah, you do. Stop playing, boy. He played with the Cowboys and the Commanders.
Taking back that shout out. We taking back that shout out.
Shout out Dorrance Armstrong. Shout out Dorrance Armstrong. Number 92. That's my guy. We teammates. That's my guy. Shout out Dorrance Armstrong.
If they were in the bowl game, this would be what Dan Marino did in
that was second year Dan. That was second year Dan.
That's what I'm talking about. So this would be Dan
Marino
first
year Jaden Daniels.
I'm talking about it because don't forget Dan Marino threw for 5,000 yards that year. So this would be Dan Marino 2.0 taking his team to
Marino was a bad MF. But all right, y'all, we got some super chats, so let's get to them. Carlos Hernandez said, you love to see it. Finally, Lou Dirty getting tossed out of a game and PJ Washington owning the Thunder. I still got a healthy Mavs over a healthy OKC.
I mean, it is about Lou Dort be getting away with a hell of a lot, so I'm not surprised about that. I want to see those teams play against each other fully healthy. They've met up 4 times and they haven't been fully healthy yet, so that's what I want to see.
Superman real
getting fully healthy.
Say that again.
When is OKC getting fully healthy though?
Good question.
By fully healthy, I mean I just want to see a big on the floor.
Okay.
Expecting both of them. Yeah, they haven't played a game together yet. One of them at least. Like OKC playing with no bigs. Like
I would like Lively to be back by that point because I don't want to see.
Yeah, Lively's now going to be out for the next 2 months at least. Like
Maxi Kleber hit some huge shots yesterday though.
Maxi Kleber's not supposed to be in the NBA. Mars, take his ass back to your original country.
Crazy.
What is it? Germany.
That's
take his ass back over there.
Deutschland.
When you go back, take his ass right back with you. Trash.
Why everyone looking at the camera weird?
I don't know.
Mars, are you from Germany?
Yes, he said that earlier.
That's
like
a lot,
a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
A long time ago, I did say that once upon a time. Yes.
Deutschland?
Come on.
Kommst du aus Deutschland?
From Dusseldorf.
I was gonna say something crazy. So Superchats.
Hey, how you say it, Mars? Is it Dusseldorf? How you say it?
That's a good pronunciation. Good work.
You can't be from somewhere once upon a time. You're either from there or you're not. I'm sick of Mars. I am so sick of Mars.
Well, be sick of me in silence.
Mars, are you from there or not, Mars?
Be sick of me.
Yes or no?
This is crazy.
Allegedly.
He's from Paris.
It's
no, he
yes or no, Mars? Are you from Germany?
It's possible. Run super chat.
I looked at his passport.
21 minutes.
It's Paris. But Superman Real said Shea versus Yoke MVP. Paris was cool. He said we should do a Tatum and Ant for FBAs. What's it? FBA? You know what that
Future franchise basketball.
Full-blooded Americans.
Full blood. No.
Full-blooded Americans, I assume. He said
Oh,
Jokic
okay.
for Serbians, Giannis for Nigerians/Africans, Shea for Canadians. Let's not just refer to immigrants when it's something negative.
I don't know what we're talking
Foundation Black Americans.
Oh yeah, that's right. No, my bad. Tay Luke, you're right. My bad.
Yeah,
I
had no idea.
That's meant to be your. That's meant
No, I don't use that.
Sniper, I had no idea that's what that meant.
Yeah, no, it's not a popular thing yet. It's only on Twitter. You see that.
Look in.
Shout out Otis. Appreciate you, dog. MTHJ301 said heist to lowest PER. Davis, Wemby, Sabonis, Şengün, Jaren Jackson Jr., Zoo, Kyrie, J-Dub, Norman Powell, De'Aaron Fox, Ja Harden, Ant, Amin, and Jalen.
You see that, Chill? Look where Jalen is.
Assuming Green.
Look where Jalen is. Look at Şengün behind those elite bigs. Look at that.
Shout out Norman Powell, bro. Shout out.
I did not know
For real.
that PER had anything to do with you making an all-star team. That's interesting.
PER is important. It's still a useful stat.
No
Y'all, the thing is, y'all let Mars, the stats guy, tell y'all it's not important. It's important to some degree. It's a useful thing as one barometer. That's
Şengün's advanced stats paint him as a better player than he is. So. But we're gonna have to get to the bottom of these bigs who are hubs of their team's offense. Like these advanced stats are grossly overrated.
But what's going to happen is they're actually going to change the formula then soon, and they're going to start valuing assist as what they are, and they're going to take away the defensive value. But then offense is going to go even crazier. So, which it should be. It should. Offense it all leans offense anyway, so it should go more offense. Go ahead.
But yeah, these hubs are getting overrated. I looked at it like historically, like even guys like Alvin Adams get a major boost from like these advanced box score metrics because they were passing centers. So it's just like I think it's been a flaw that's been there for a minute. And it's just like we never seen someone to the volume of Jokic, who I think rightfully so does lead the league in a lot of advanced stats because he's that good. But now we're seeing guys like Şengün climb up these advanced stat ladders, and it's like he's very clearly not as good as these stats are suggesting. Sabonis to a lesser degree, even though I do think he's having the best year of his career. But it's like Sabonis was like third in the league in defensive box plus minus last year. Like, come on, like let's be serious. So they're going to fix it, which is good.
Yeah, that's the assist.
Yeah, they're going to fix it, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
And for the record, go ahead. I'm sorry, Ron. Go ahead, Ron.
Realist123 said AR-15 is him. People need to start putting some respect on his name. Also, Peyton Pritchard is a cone, and Porzingis defensively fell off a cliff. Jaylen Brown fell off too. They ain't making the finals.
Porzingis, because they've been using Porzingis exclusively in drop, and his drop just hasn't been good this year. Jaylen Brown's just having a bad year, just a really bad year. And I wasn't really high on him to begin with. But last night, I think that was the best win of the Lakers season. Like, I think that was the best they played.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the best competition they played at a high level. And they dominated the game from wire to wire. So, like, in all facets of the game. And I think it's probably the best game JJ Redick's coached. So, like, in every facet of ways for me to judge a game in terms of process, outcome, competition, intensity, like I think the Lakers passed every box in terms of that performance yesterday. They played like it was a playoff game. Now, how sustainable is that when you have a 40-year-old who's your second best player? I don't know. But last night they played like a playoff game, and I think that was really good of them. Now it's about putting those type of performances together consistently.
And for the record, you disappeared to that shadow.
What?
And for the record, Swiper, Jason Tatum's grandmother, she's not just white, she's Barbara Walters white. I just want to put that out there. So when we talk about foundational black people, yeah.
Well,
so he a fraud?
No, you can still be a foundational black American. You just have to have been within a generation like being born in America and like
that's his mother's mother, by the way. She's Barbara Walters.
It's a whole, like I said, it's none of us are foundational black Americans because none of us belong here. It's a whole.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
You don't belong there, sir.
Yeah, we're not originated.
What the hell are you talking about?
We're not originated in this land.
Man, I didn't went back almost 200-300 years. I don't know.
Guess what? And you also were not. Your family's not from here, bro. I don't know.
Yo,
Kenny, you can say that about so many.
Anybody.
I mean, you said about black people in the country.
You can say about anybody.
There is only one people group that actually was born here. Okay. It was the indigenous people. That's it. It was them.
Hey, well,
them.
Maybe we can't. Maybe.
And you can't even fully trace if there's.
We gonna steer back to basketball conversation. Kenny and Casual, because I haven't heard.
Go back 200,000 years before.
Politics.
Kenny and Casual. I gotta ask you guys, who's coming out the East?
Boston.
So you're not worried?
Milwaukee.
I love the Cavs.
Jordan, your name is not Kenny or Casual. Focus, man.
I love the Cavs. I love what they're doing this year. I think they're going to give Boston probably a 6 or 7 game series. I like Boston's roster better than everyone's, and they have the experience now.
Yep.
And I think I think they understand. I don't want to give them a pass like they're coasting, because I do think Brown's having a down year. But I just trust them to come out the East. I think they're still the favorite on the markets right now. If you look to come out the East, I think they're still the favorite. I think come March, they're going to be ready to go.
I'm just not as confident in them. I'm just not, to your point, Casual, I'm just not as confident in them as I was a month ago. I still am confident in them. I'm just not as
I wasn't either. Yeah. Same here. Yeah, but
I think
come March, April, I'm going to trust
Tatum in a series, though. So
in them, I
there you go, Swiper. There you go.
Team is just too good. They're going to figure it out.
Kenny, who you got?
I got Cleveland, but it's going to be Cleveland in like 7. I think
all the way through, like 7 in the first round, second round conference.
No, in the Eastern Conference. It's going to be close between them and Boston. I really think so. I think Cleveland matches up well against pretty much everyone in the East, or at least I have them against everyone in the East. With Boston, though, I think they're shooting, and I think if they really go into form, like Casual says, I really think that they can push them. But I love the tandem of Mobley and Jared Allen. I think Garland has come back significantly from last year. I just like this team. I like this team. I'll admit that my personal bias is going into that, but I really think Cleveland has it all to put it together and like finally do it. I've been waiting for them to put it all together because I think they always had like something there, and then now you can see it this season. I really want to see that get pushed, but just I can't deny the Celtics, especially if they really return to form. If the Celtics continue to, if this is who the Celtics are right now, it's Cleveland easily. But if Celtics return to form, tough. But then I would have to go. Yeah, then I'd have to go. But I still go for Cleveland.
Well, if you listen to their media, Boston is just bored and they're playing down to their competition every game. That's
bored shit.
Or they're just playing dumbass basketball.
Every time I talk to somebody, that's exactly what it is.
Through something like this,
or they're just playing dumbass basketball.
And then
at the end of the day, the Celtics are still like a top 5 or roughly like 6 or something offense and defense team.
No, they're in the top 5.
And we're picking on them at the worst stretch of the season, and they're still like the 2 seed in the East. I think they have the best roster. I think they have the best roster in the league, and they have the experience. So I'm still going to take them to come out the East.
All right, y'all. I'm going to get back to these super chats. Before I do that, though, I do want to say yesterday was Jordan's birthday. So I want to wish you a happy birthday.
Yep.
And also, Jordan, I'm going to extend the same invitation that I extended to Chill. I do have a man that can come up here and sing happy birthday for you. He goes by the name of Vision Carter.
Yep.
No.
Do you want him to come sing you happy birthday?
Bro, I don't respond to those allegations. I do not respond to those allegations.
Jalen Carter can sing his ass off.
I have no idea.
He can also call you the N-word for the right price.
Yo, all right.
Jordan, my man.
Mars just ruined the moment.
Just take it from me, Jordan.
It's his birthday party.
I'm not gonna do it regardless. I don't even know who that is, so I'm not gonna do that. But number one, I appreciate that, Ron.
Happy birthday, Jordan.
Yeah,
also, Jordan, I want to ask. So obviously tonight's Friday. So are you going to Polecats this weekend, the Ritz, or Onyx?
Them not my speeds. I'm gonna go and get the hole in the wall.
Personally, I be
he going to Houston. He said hole in the wall, hole in the wall, hole in the wall.
I gotta get that hole in the wall. Hey, that nothing like that hole in the wall where they still got that crown and that coat.
All right. If you in Houston, you know where to find Jordan at.
None of my speed right here. None of my speed. Shout out
Jordan.
Damn, Swiper, what's your speed?
We're gonna go to the gym. We're gonna come back here and play some games. Know what I mean? I got the Xbox set up, bro. We're gonna play some games. I got 2K. We got Madden over here. The Assassin's Creed just came out. Like, yeah, I mean,
you go back to the crib and play Assassin's Creed? I ain't doing that. Each his own.
They just released a new Assassin's Creed.
To each his own. All right.
This is what we do instead of super chats, by the way.
This is exactly what we're doing, Mars. This is what we do.
This is what we do.
This is a super conversation.
Hold on, Ron. Mars, can I at least get a happy birthday? God damn.
Yeah.
God damn, or I strike your channel. Yeah.
You want me to lie? You genuinely want me to lie?
What are you lying about?
I do.
It's his birthday.
I do not wish his birthday was happy.
Oh, damn.
Oh my God. I'm gonna strike your channel. Get off, y'all. I'm striking your channel.
All right. Here we go, y'all. We back to the super chat.
Scumbag.
Damn, man. You see this dude right here? You see this dude, Mars?
Scumbag.
Hey, Jordan, I wish you a double happy birthday.
Man, appreciate it. We got to do that for Mars.
Kenny Winnie. Oh, Mars is getting sung happy birthday on his birthday. I swear to you. But
we don't know his birthday.
Yes, we do. We know when it is. It's in a couple of months. Go ahead, Ron.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
The PC higher ups know. I can't keep it a secret because they have my.
Oh, okay.
Kenny Winnie said, "Do you think CP3 would have had the same amount of success if he played for another team? Also, would other point guards in that era would have had more success on the Clippers, or was CP3 that key piece?"
We answered that second question yesterday. Yeah. 100% the same super chat twice. Or if someone else is just also curious about Chris Paul. Yeah, I don't think other point guards are replicating what Chris Paul did in like Lob City era in general. I mean, probably not, but he did get hurt in some pivotal times. And then in terms of whatever the second part was,
What other point guards that would have been able to step in and be good with the Sixers?
Yeah, I don't think anyone at that time is replacing Chris Paul's value personally. So, yeah,
there you go. MP13 said, "I just have a hard time with someone having arguably the greatest offensive season of all time, as well as going to be a top 3 seed in their conference, and they are not going to be MVP."
I mean, just other people are having better, are also having great seasons. You can't just take it in its. Yeah, just people are having other great seasons.
Having great seasons and having arguably the greatest season on one side of the ball is completely.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. Everybody should just relax. If they're a top 3 seed, more than likely Jokic is going to win. So everybody can just like take a step back.
We're having different conversations at that point. It's like 2016 Steph was having arguably the greatest offensive season ever. So shout out to Kawhi, had a great season, but respectfully, we're in different tiers right now.
So you disagree?
Well, yeah, I'm getting that, but I'm just saying, like,
Chill said he would have voted for Kawhi. So
2016 Steph, 2016 Steph also won like I think 73 games. So we can't just like forget that.
But they won 67 games that year, though. Like, so if Steph won, so you're saying if Steph won 58 games, he's not the MVP that year?
No, I'm just saying like that played a part. You won 73 games.
So you don't believe that, Chill. You don't believe
that. Yes, I do.
Chill would have voted for Kawhi with Steph winning 73 games.
Steph's season was still better.
So if Steph won 58, better believe he's voting for Kawhi.
No. 100% no. Unanimous. It should have been the second unanimous, Chill. To your point, it should have been second unanimous. Because LeBron deserved that in 2012-13 as well.
Shaq in 2000 should have been unanimous.
Matter of fact, you know what? Melo maybe deserved more votes, but whatever.
No,
Shaq in 2000 should have been unanimous.
No, he did not. Go ahead.
Masinko said, "Is your VORP affected by your actual backup / replacement player, or is it just a formula?" And then he said, "Shout out to Jokic and Daniel Gafford for carrying me in fantasy."
It's a formula where the replacement player is viewed as like, I can't remember what the value is, but it's a
average level replacement, right?
Yes, it's an average level replacement, not your actual replacement. It's not, oh, you're being backed up by Dwight Powell, your replacement player is worse than like if you're being backed up by Isaiah Hartenstein. That's not how it works. It's the basic level of what a replacement player theoretically is. That's what it is.
That doesn't make any sense. Then why the hell are we even having a conversation about a replacement player? Because that's who replaces you.
That's your replacement. That's not a replacement.
It's like if an average player were to be in your position, what is your value? Baseball does the same thing in a sense with like WAR. It's like if an average player was
Mike Trout was the best player ever from age 20, 21,
if
22,
an average center started in Jokic's position, how much value is Jokic?
Why does that frustrate you? Do you not?
Yeah, it's like if Jokic was hypothetically being backed up by a healthy Joel Embiid, that would make him like if we used his replacement player as actual who replaces you,
right? His WAR would go down.
Less valuable.
Yeah, his WAR would go down.
That's not actually how valuable Jokic is. That's just like the team construct. But I'm getting stupid stat anyway. So like,
yeah,
that's what I was about to say. Then why do we? Again, I'm sorry.
You did, not me.
What I've learned about you, Chill, is that team winnings, overall team wins, and some nebulous idea of impact, not related to really analytics, but whatever you believe impact is, and plus team winning. That's kind of how you've aligned it. And I'm saying I don't think Booker and CP3 and ever earned that for you. Am I correct with that? Like the 2020 season and 2021 season when they finished at the top of the league in the Western Conference. They have to have like in your mind like a pronounced, like in particular offensive season you think and plus the winning to be able to get that.
I care about winning. No question about that. But I do care about winning with somebody doing something extraordinary in order for that winning to happen. It can't just be very much like what's going on in Houston. I mean, I care about.
But when it comes to All-Star games, nothing has to be extraordinary.
I do care about.
Who got the jingle in the back?
Yeah, it's not like playing Minecraft.
That's probably for the baby. My bad.
And he wanted me to wish him a happy birthday.
If it's for the baby, I ain't tripping. But go ahead, Ron.
That was a cool little jingle, though. I like the beat in the back.
If it's for the baby, you good.
J Hub said the fans wanted to see LaMelo. We got robbed.
You're still going to see LaMelo.
It should all be fan voting.
Are you sure he's going to make it?
He's going to make it.
Yes. I think he's going to.
I mean, the media had him 7th. I don't think it's a guarantee.
I don't know. I don't
the reserves have nothing to do with it.
But he was just a half of a point behind Brunson, though, so he'll make it.
Oh, is that how it works? I thought
It's gonna be pretty.
I thought the results were voted by the media. Oh, okay.
It's gonna be pretty close, though. It is.
Yeah, but the media's not gonna be like, forget everything you said. The players.
Well, they had him 7th, so.
Yeah, but I think that
means
that
they
should
got
be.
Cades, they got Trey, they got Garland.
I think Cade deserves more PR. That's kind of what I'm hearing.
So my issue with this whole thing is that even though he'll still probably be an all-star, him not being a starter will affect the amount of time he's on the court. Like that's just notable. Huh?
You're gonna watch the whole game?
I watched the whole game last year.
Remember, it's not just one game though. Remember, it's a bunch of small games.
Three games.
So it's gonna be different this year.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I watched the whole game last year.
I honestly don't care.
Did you enjoy your time?
Am I like one of the only people who like really like don't care? Like, am I one of the only people?
I think this shit is gonna be dope this year. I like to switch up. I like how you have 2 teams playing against each other.
Being optimistic because we're gonna be there.
Hey, but remember, because remember I did this with the in-season tournament. Y'all said it was gonna be whack. Y'all said it was gonna be trash. I told y'all that in-season tournament was gonna be dope last year, and it was dope last year, and then it was nice this year too. Last year was a little better. I think
PC should have our own All-Star weekend. We can do a 3-on-3 tournament. See who comes out on top.
We're doing that in San Francisco. We're playing this other podcast.
Well, whoever's on Ron's team.
You guys are playing against other podcasts.
And I'm putting this out there that for people that talk about basketball on the mic, this is retired players, by the way. I'm better than all y'all, okay? So if y'all want to come see us, Big Ox,
all retired players.
If you talk on the mic and you're not in the NBA or have a contract currently, I'm the best hooper out there. If you don't have a current contract,
if you are in the NBA,
if you don't have a contract, I'll bust Jeff Teague's ass. Hey, now, hey, Jeff Teague could give me some work too, but
bro, I just saw a 45-year-old Trey put you in a tween hezzy.
Trey puts Jeff Teague ass too. Trey is not an average hooper. Like Trey is
he
not.
He ain't average at all. He ain't average at all. But you can't even guard Trey.
Trey is
Jeff Teague.
Yeah, Trey is straight up said he will bust most people one-on-one. He said that.
Jeff Teague about 30-something years. He's young, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. Not too many people busting Jeff Teague ass.
I never said that Jeff Teague wouldn't give me a bucket. I just said I'll bust his ass.
I don't know.
I
don't know, Ron. Ron, I have no idea. And Nick Young do a podcast too.
And Nick Young could get his ass busted too.
I don't know, man.
Superchats, Ron. Focus.
Chill.
Hey, so All-Star Weekend, we can get down to the bottom of it.
I'm a coach, so let's do that.
I'm a player. DSG Piccolo said, Till keeps thinking we're going to let the Lakers finesse us for Rob Will. Number 1, there's a Lakers tax. And number 2, if he keeps playing well, and the price is gonna keep going up, Unc.
No, it's not.
Hashtag
what Jordan?
Need that
they
first round.
Quote, Jordan, price of the what going up?
Price of the
price of the what?
Price of the what going up? Yep.
I don't know.
Brick going up.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know nothing about them conspiracy allegations.
We'll see about that. Yeah, we'll see.
Mitsu sent through a members chat. He said, Ron, make your debate debut. First matchup versus Swiper.
I've been asking Ron about this for months, and this dude keeps moonwalking away out of this.
And they just deleted the footage. When we was at PC Weekend, he got smoked by Ox. I was there, but somehow the footage just hasn't been released.
Yeah, where's the next episode of the parlay? Where is it? Where's the next episode?
Only thing, and the footage is just nowhere to
Only thing we got is me cooking Dale. That's all we got.
Ridiculous.
That's all we got.
Mars, what happened? Mars, one more time for the people.
It was bad.
Yeah, whatever. Only thing we got is me cooking.
You can only say Ron. You can only say allegedly if there's no footage. It's only allegedly.
He deleted the footage.
You ain't got no footage.
The rest of the day after that, Mars.
What happened to you?
Mars is out of this conversation. He is not a hooper. He is not a hooper. He is not. He is not in that conversation.
Okay,
we're talking about debate. We're not talking about basketball.
Debates. And B, back in my day,
bro, come on, man.
I seen Mars operate off the pick and roll, though. I seen the scouting report. Mars came off the pick and roll. He read the defense, and he gave a little quick dump pass.
Fred VanVleet.
There you go. I seen him. That he's reliable. We can get him to do that every time.
Back in my day, you don't want to know what I was capable of. I'm just
Mars can be on my team if he can do that anytime off the pick and roll. Just pass me the ball.
I'm just retired, man. That's all.
I don't know, Swiper. I don't like the shots talking about people's skills at the game and stuff like that. I I'll be PPU, man. I'll be PPU.
Facts.
You be saying
Swiper
people
play,
trash.
Swiper
You
play
be
hard
saying
ass defense. That's it.
Swiper swear he an
That's
athlete,
it.
man. It's sad. Swiping on the athlete.
He play hard ass offense too. I don't
He
necessarily. know if
he
it's
lucky we
good,
all
but it's-
retired. That's all it is. He lucky we all retired.
It's an A for effort. Swiper. Just the one thing about him, he
We
like
can-
Charles Barkley and them young boys.
You said what?
I said your game is kind of like Charles Barkley.
I don't really back down now. Now, gifted is the Fowler, 100%. Full.
Nah, Gifted just
100%
play
It's
hard.
definitely something.
Gifted
He
does
play
play
hard.
hard. Gifted does play hard.
Billowwow K sent through a members chat. Billowwow said OKC's biggest challenge is the Dallas Mavericks.
Them and Denver, I agree. Those are the only two teams I can see beating them.
They didn't let that apology be as loud as the disrespect was when the time comes. That's all I know. Go ahead.
Antoine El Host Ron said the Celtics are clearly worse than they were last year.
They are.
They are definitely performing last year.
J Hub became a YouTube member. Shout out to J Hub.
Shout out J Hub.
Yersta sent through a members chat. He said 15 is the best center to grace the NBA. Number 77 and number 13s are fans.
I don't know if
So
whoever
he
jumped
said
no
that
Russell from
and
me,
it
but-
spent $50, no, $100 to like
you know,
double
Ron not
down
gonna
on it.
read it when he sent it. So he was like, "Hey, let me make sure this gets read today." Go
I
do
got-
go do.
I got you, Yersta. I got you.
Matter of fact,
Go
ever
do,
since
go
Ron been talking funny about Bam Adebayo, we haven't seen Prime around. So
Arch?
Well,
Arch
shout out to
Prime.
Lico
Leak.
because Lico became a YouTube member. DSG Piccolo sent through a members chat. He said Ant taking 10 threes at 42.6%. By the way,
and doesn't
They are
have
the same
Steph Curry's
threes as
gravity.
Steph's taking.
It's great.
Crazy.
Shot quality is different. I do think Steph's probably playing better than Ant this year. So there's that.
Yap Squad. Whoa, do y'all see that picture? Yap Squad said Jokic is currently having his best season yet. Shout out to Yap Squad, man.
One of the best movies ever, by the way.
Instantly
First of
a
all,
crowd
why?
favorite.
First of
Wait,
all, why
it's that,
Swiper?
it's that picture? It's that picture?
Brothers. Yeah.
Oh, Step Brothers. Oh, I was thinking something else.
Yeah, but why is Swiper picture so good on there and then peeing all blue in the face like he got
Because
choked
he got a
out?
trash camera when he
Because it's the camera.
they pulled it straight from the feed.
Bro, it's like he got choked out in the picture.
CKF said it's been 50 years since two Knicks players started an all-star game. Walt Frazier and Earl the Pearl. Shout out to Brunson and Cat. Well deserved.
Chill. Honestly, right now, new era rules, new era skill. If Walt if that duo played versus this duo currently in a 2-on-2 matchup, who would win?
Smoked.
Got
Walt
7
Clyde
feet.
Frazier smoking
That's
them.
just a mismatch.
Cat is gonna be
7 feet.
Bodega Cat that time. He
Walt
ain't gonna
Frazier
be Big Pearl.
And the Pearl trying to defend against Cat? No.
Yeah,
Mm-mm,
that's two.
not gonna
That's a 6'3"
What about
and a
Cat trying to
6'4" guy
defend
against a
against
7'4".
Pearl?
That's just tough.
work. No, Pearl got that spin move, but he can't handle Cat.
Cat got to guard them too.
Right.
Yeah, but
What's
they
up,
played
man?
without a
Cat's gonna be
3-point
shooting
line.
threes.
They played without a 3-point line. so.
Boy, that's gonna be some of the toughest guards.
Matter
you
of
have
fact,
to do in
yeah,
your
they
life.
might keep hitting middies. Yeah, they're gonna keep hitting middies the whole time.
There's gonna
Walt
be
Frazier,
some of the toughest you have to do in
will
your
give
life.
Jalen Brunson everything he's looking for, though.
Mhm.
100% he would.
Void Century said, F
Yeah.
this all-star game convo. The Rookie of the Year trophy is coming to Miami.
Right.
That boy, Khalil Ware, been hooping.
He was awesome last
Hashtag
night.
the Kryptonian.
Mhm.
He was
He was
my number
awesome.
2 big in the draft.
Over the last 3 games, he's averaging like 22 and
20 and 10.
like 11, something like
Something
that.
crazy.
So
We've had like
Over the
3
past-
different rookie of the year favorites.
Yeah,
so
we
far,
have.
so-
Well, it would have been Jared
Must be.
McCain, but then obviously Tillman is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I remember
Right.
people pushing that
Yeah.
Dalton Connect prop. I never-
What do
Oh
you mean,
yeah,
Lakers
for a
fans?
while. For a while.
Did he,
Yeah.
wait, what did he have? 36 in the game or
He
something
had
like that? Everybody
or
was
something against the Jazz.
Here's your
Like,
Rookie of the
God, Dalton
Year.
Connect. But yeah, Khalil Ware, man, me and Doma were trying to tell the people about Khalil Ware all last year during the draft cycle. He was my number 2
Yep.
big after Alex Saw. He looking real good right now.
I like
He's
Ware and
playing- he's
Misi.
playing
Both
better
of
than
them good.
Bam these last couple of games.
I mean,
Start the
being better
kid,
than Bam
coach.
isn't a high standard. So I mean,
Start the kid.
Hey, yo,
coach.
respect Bam. Y'all are Arch.
Swipe it,
don't listen to
swipe it,
Don't
don't even.
If I respect Bam
Don't
until you
start.
admit what you said about Bam Adebayo.
We've already talked about this. I don't understand. You're the only one locked in that prison. You can take
No,
yourself
not
out of
locked
that
in
prison. You have the keys.
locked in that
You don't have to stay
prison.
there.
You want another black man in prison?
Mm.
Oh,
He's-
Swiper.
he put himself
Oh
in
man!
there.
All right, Ron. Super chat, Ron. Super
Carlos Hernandez said, after all the stuff the media put Kyrie through, he should at least get a start in the All-Star game.
What?
He's playing great.
The only reason why you're saying that, Carlos, is because you're a
Yeah.
Dallas fan. You're a Dallas Maverick fan. If he wasn't on Dallas, you couldn't care less about Kyrie Irving. Give me a break. Move
Right.
on.
What
Ron.
kind of?
He's
We
not.
ain't doing
I
that.
think he should be an
We ain't doing
all-star.
that.
I think.
Yeah, I think he should be an all-star.
Let's
Not
take
a
a second
starter,
argument
though.
that's true. The only reason why Carlos is saying that about him is because he's a Dallas Maverick fan. If Kyrie Irving played in Charlotte, he wouldn't even mention him. So give me a
Damn,
break.
Carlos.
I'm sorry.
All right,
Average Joe said, in a meritocracy, the West starters should be Shea, Ant-Man, AD, Wemby, and Joker.
No.
The league needs the
No.
old faces for ratings, though.
No.
Yeah,
I would
really deserve it over
probably
LeBron?
still start Kevin Durant instead of Anthony Davis. I would start Wemby. Shea for sure, Jokic obviously, and that second guard spot I don't know. Steph,
LeBron.
Yeah, take guard part.
Let's do LeBron.
Luka still played great in a small sample of games. I don't know, but it probably is Steph. Just
AD had a really good November. Like he looked like a top 5 player performance wise. But ever since then, it's like, has he really been better than Bron?
I'm not doing that.
Really? Are we sure?
If we're still
So
having
Bron's like
Bron and
24,
AD
9, and 8.
25,
So
then
has he been
that's
better
just-
than Bron?
I'm just not doing that no more.
Worldwide Mace TV said, yo, chill. Don't let Swiper off the hook for that Mike Trout comment. Peak for peak, he's not better than Barry Bonds.
No, you misunderstand what I said. Mike Trout graded out as the best player from a WAR standpoint, an accumulative standpoint, at age 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and then he started getting hurt. So he was grading out as literally had the best start of any player in MLB history. I think Ken Griffey Jr. is the greatest peak for like pound for pound baseball player I've ever watched in my life. So like no one's
going.
jump. And then Ichiro.
going.
Ichiro just went into the Hall of Fame. Came
Keep
into the league at
going.
27 years old, had 3,000 plus hits. Never had one season under a 300 batting average. So no, like there's plenty of goats in that era. 100%. Oh yeah, you're from Seattle. That's right. My bad.
Yeah.
No, L Mariners.
It's not like all on the back.
MP13 said, I don't want Ant in an all-star starting lineup. He was shooting bullshit left-handed shots last year, not taking it serious at all.
Oh damn!
I need his shoes on.
No one takes it serious.
Hey, shooting left-handed shots is dumb as hell, though. That's a disgrace for the damn game. How would you?
But
come
when
up there and
Kobe
say-
did it, it
I'm-
was Mamba mentality.
Man, I don't want to hear no damn when Kobe did it. Kobe had a broken shoulder.
Nah, he did it against Dallas
When he was
too.
in the All-Star game.
Yeah, but look, Kobe gonna say. I mean, Anthony gonna say, "Oh man, I'm gonna shoot left-handed in the All-Star game." What kind of silly ass shit is that?
Okay, but if he
man?
was making them,
I don't give a damn. He not
If he
making
was
them.
making them, be like, oh my
shoot.
god, Ant's ambidextrous, Ant's so skilled. Oh my
ain't
god,
no,
next to
ain't no
Jordan.
crap. He ain't making it. Man, go shoot. That's some silly
And
shit.
he's
I'ma
gonna keep
shoot
working on it,
left-handed.
and eventually he will
Goddamn
make it.
disgrace.
He gonna
It's a
keep
damn
working.
disgrace.
Guaranteed.
Joe.
It's Hack Ira said OKC having no bigs is not a strong point because OKC dog walked Cleveland with both their bigs. Last time OKC and Dallas played with iHeart, PJ wasn't playing.
They also
Okay,
lost.
OKC
with their
also
big, too.
lost
To the
to
second
Cleveland.
point, yes,
Lost
that's
with their
why
big, too.
I keep saying we haven't.
No,
seen
OKC beat Cleveland that second game, and they had Jalen Williams starting at center. I get what
Yeah,
you're
but
saying.
that's not proof that
Mm-hmm.
like my
Yeah.
point wasn't that OKC can't win without their bigs. My point was I want to see Dallas versus OKC with both teams.
Miles
fully
want to see
healthy.
him 100%.
We haven't seen that yet this
They can
season.
get a
So
better
these
game.
games, I don't know how I can take much from these games when
Mhm.
OKC have lost to Dallas 3 times and haven't had a big in their rotation in
No.
3 games.
I think
Doesn't
I
mean
think what the super chat was about was like because I was talking about like how big truly was the no big man thing, and I think he was trying to say like, oh, they beat Cleveland out the bigs.
Hmm.
I think part of it too because OKC just got nothing offensively outside of J Dub and SGA, Wiggins.
that's a consistent problem with them.
Isaiah Joe. They without Chet, they need Dort. They need those guys to step up, and they got nothing out of like Wiggins. So that's also another thing too.
Average Joe said, question, if the All-Star game is now a 4-team, 8 players on each team tournament, what the F do the starters even matter?
They get
I
drafted
just
first.
remembered that. Because I know one team is the
brought that
rising
up, actually.
stars.
So shout out to Ron for bringing that up because I never
They get
even thought
drafted
about
first. That's it. All-star starters like not on your like Hall of Fame
that.
list.
Yeah,
You're
it
just an
doesn't-
all-star.
Yeah, it doesn't mean
Hey,
anything, so
I mean, I guess you get the acknowledgement being one of the top 5 players.
But no one remembers, like, no one really remembers, like, you.
Unless it's like a one-off, like, oh, remember when Lowry Markin was like an all-star starter? But if you're a great player, like being a starter just like doesn't like move. It's like,
Mhm.
okay. It's
PK De Niro said, question for the whole panel. With the Pistons' current success, if they try to acquire Marcus Smart, could they benefit or nah?
no.
I remember when that
What-
popped
what
up.
would
I was
they have to-
confused.
what
Like, why would they
have
do
to give
that?
up to get Marcus Smart? They need shooting, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I think they need more consistent shooting.
I mean,
than
if Zach LaVine was
Tim
available,
Hardaway.
I think that would be amazing. But Zach LaVine already made it clear last year he didn't want to go. But all the Pistons are better.
All right,
this year.
chill.
I don't know.
Fellas, see y'all later.
Tonight, playback.
Yes, sir. I'll be
Main
there.
stage.
I'll be
We'll
there.
see you.
No doubt.
All right. Superman Real said, I think the media is becoming an issue. Gil's Arena said they might be getting paid off. The media? Jokic Glazer Gundy said Giannis flopped. When he got clocked?
I don't know what that last bit means.
He said he flopped when he got clocked.
Okay. Cool. I don't really listen to the media that much anymore.
So what do you listen to?
Right now I'm listening to Dave. Disaster featured J Hus. That's what I'm listening to right
now. Classic sent through a super chat. He said Porzingis needs to just block shots, shoot threes, and catch lobs. All these post touches are toxic. Tatum looks terrible with Porzingis on the court.
Porzingis was like one of the only things keeping the Celtics in the game to start.
I think the mismatch abusing was actually viable for them last game.
Yeah.
The Celtics played that game. The Celtics played that game like they didn't take the Lakers serious, and the Lakers played that game like it was a playoff game, like in terms of approach and schematically. So it was a weird thing, but I think the Lakers did a great job.
Smokey said, I agree with Mars. If you're going to do anything, Udoka should be the Western Conference head coach in the All-Star game. But they're not doing that this year, which is not true. They actually are doing that. The top 2 seeds in each conference will both get a...
so Houston gets represented.
No. Never mind. The top seed. I think
that was the best record. Best record point gets the coach.
But they get 2 coaches. You get the head coach, and I think the assistant coach will coach one of the teams. I think. I know the head coach for sure. But I'm pretty sure they said assistant coach too.
Okay, I was about to say
I thought it was just the top record. I think Mark Dagenal's getting it.
Oh my god, he's so bored.
It's Zamzay said, "Oh wow, a Jokic conversation and there's nobody yelling. Agenda. This is to downplay SGA. He's the best thing we've seen since Kobe.
And Kobe only won 1 MVP. Congrats. Like okay, Kobe only won 1 MVP. Okay, so." Kobe's a great player. What I'm saying is it's like we're robbing him of an MVP. Like, no, we're not.
No, you're missing the context, casual. It's a dig at 10.
Yeah, casual not a regular around here, so he a PC casual. You gotta be locked in, man.
Carlos Hernandez said, also, I forgot to give a shout out to Max Prosper. He was balling last night.
He's been nice for them when he does get opportunities.
Golden State.
I thought he would be important this year. Unfortunately, he only seems to get minutes when like the front court depth is dwindling. But I do like what he brings.
Marati Tanzambi said, Swiper, how far off is Jokic from top 5, top 10, best player ever based off skill alone?
Well, Swiper's not here, but I know he has him 14 all time. And I know Swiper has said, just player for player, I think he said Jokic is the 8th best player ever. I think that's what he said. 7 for 8.
That sounds about right.
That boy sure can glaze. Moha is sent through a super chat. Moha said, how good was last season's Embiid? Averaging 36 and 34 minutes, 33 games, 65 true shooting percentage. He was going to win back-to-back MVPs clearly. Where would he rank this season?
He'd be the second best performer in the league if he was doing that right now.
What's that currency, by
the way? I forgot Embiid was going as crazy as he was last year. Yo,
people don't remember that Joel Embiid is good at basketball, but it's cool.
Yeah, there's some crazy things going on behind the scenes. I wish y'all could see what I'm seeing, but shout out to Jordan. It was a good episode. Medved said Jokic is the greatest. ... Something like Ali in his prime. Keep going. Many Men, if you don't know, go listen to it by 50 Cent. MP13 said, what's wrong with Fox's hand? He couldn't control the ball or even consistently shoot off the catch immediately. He was pausing for a while.
I don't know.
Last year, wasn't it his thumb or didn't he break his hand or something last year?
Wasn't that the 23 playoffs?
Yeah, I remember against Golden State, he had a hand thing in like game 7.
But you might be right. I can't recall De'Aaron Fox injuries off the top of my head, unfortunately.
Yeah, I thought he broke his head or something.
Yeah, but that actually was a while ago, so I don't know. But I mean, it's basketball.
Apologies for not watching the Kings every day. Apologies.
Nah, it's your fault. How you meant to
Shame on
talk
you.
about basketball and you're not watching every Kings game?
Damn.
Apologies.
Yo, Casual, you didn't have to do that.
It's football season.
That
There's
low blow
national
wasn't
TV
necessary.
games on. I'm not going on my way to watch the Kings. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, if you are doing that, shout out to you. You are true to the game, I guess, or you just live in Sacramento.
We're real ones.
DSG Piccolo said, Swiper, since Jokic loves Mini Man by 50 Cent and he knows every word, you think he raps all the words? Question mark. Jokic third quarter heave was crazy to see. That third quarter heave was nuts.
Yeah, he probably does. And yeah, Jokic be throwing them heaves up. I want to say he leads the league in heaves. I don't know if there's actually tracking for that, but it seems like anytime he has the opportunity, he shoots them, which I respect.
Smokey said, Yo, Ox, would you trade Herder for Nurkic?
He probably would. He thinks Nurkic is good.
Shout out Nurkic.
It sounds like the worst trade ever. Oh my God.
Carlos Hernandez said Steph over Kyrie is crazy, in my opinion.
Of course it is.
Alan L said Celtics legend Kyrie Irving clears.
Facts.
Kyrie's got a lot of fans. I wonder where Kyrie was on
As
the
he
fan
should,
vote.
because he's really good.
Yeah, but I wonder where he's at in the fan vote. Let me see.
While he's looking that up, Cheese said
He was four. He was four. Okay.
He was fourth. Okay. Cheese said Steph is there mainly because of his reputation.
And because of like the fact that he's like one of the most impactful offensive players in the sport.
Luka Doncic had a higher fan vote than Kyrie.
Yeah, but Luka's always going to be high in the fan vote.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. I just want to point that out.
Breezy said Kyrie better than Steph and Ant.
Oh, the media gave Luka a better vote.
Yeah,
the media gave Luka a better vote than Kyrie as well, just by one.
Mm-hmm. I do think Kyrie's been better than Ant.
Yeah.
Hunter sent through a $10 super chat. He said, give it a couple years and P. Watt might be a top 5 defender in the league.
Wing defender, maybe. Overall defender, highly doubt it.
I highly doubt the wing defender too. Dyson's still going to be around. Herb should still be around.
I wouldn't put money on that.
Both Thompson twins.
With his rim protection, I think it's possible. He needs to get a lot better as an on-ball defender, but with his rim protection, I could see it.
He is nice though. I will give him that. He do be
the Nuggets role players have been playing a lot better as of late.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
Worth Living said KD been better than Bron since 2018.
Okay. The sky been green since then too.
Dirty Dev said NFC and AFC championship picks. Who y'all got?
The Commanders and the Chiefs. Am I right?
Yeah.
Commanders. Okay. Okay. I'm boring, so I'm picking Eagles Chiefs. My heart wants the Bills, but I'm never betting against a dynasty.
Ever.
So, never.
Ever. Who you got?
Against a dynasty.
Bills, Eagles.
Bills, Eagles. All right. Hey, I'm going with casual. All right, no, but hey, Jaden McDaniels is just too
Daniels. Okay.
He keeps saying that. He keeps saying McDaniels.
Timberwolves one night and then go be a quarterback the next. Shout out to him.
World Peace said, besides Swiper, why do y'all like Steph Curry?
I don't like.
Or
Steph
why don't y'all?
I don't like Steph because people just be overrating him a hell of a lot. So it just be annoying me. And like this fake woke stuff about this off-ball playmaking, and people kind of like the best playmaker ever. It'd be pissing me off. Like I get it. There's stuff that you can't quantify about Steph, but when you try and tell me he's the best playmaker ever, like shut up. I'm just not.
But his off-ball gravity when he's in the corner,
and they act like he's the only person ever with off-ball gravity. Like Shaq ain't have off-ball gravity. Like I've seen players with off-ball gravity. I see it with Giannis all the time. Giannis touches the paint and 5 people are around him. I see off-ball gravity all the time. And they act like Steph the only one with it. I seen Reggie Miller have off-ball gravity. They'll never say Reggie Miller was a great playmaker. Like
talk to him.
It just be annoying me that they act like Steph the only one with gravity. But shout out to Steph though. He cool. Solid little shooter.
Dirty Dev said Mars, don't sleep on my Eagles. Barkley for MVP.
Saquon Barkley?
Barkley's not sniffing that MVP.
Yeah, the Eagles.
He's not sniffing it.
Win games with Barkley having like 50 rushing yards. He just can't be the MVP.
He might like
MVP.
He might be Super Bowl MVP, but he's MVP of the NFL.
Oh, I thought that was just between Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen.
It is.
It's between Lamar and Josh Allen.
It is. John Jovanich Wick John Jovanich said Bron earned it. Wemby over KD and over Steph.
Well, I think KD's been better than Bron. So if Bron earned it, I would say KD earned it. But I do think Wemby should be starting. So
Mo said, I hope Harden makes the All-Star team, man.
I doubt it, but I think it's possible. But
he deserves love, though, either way. I mean, this Clippers team was like, dude, if you went back into like the logs of the offseason talk, how many people were saying this team was going to miss the play-in?
Some people didn't know that James Harden has never missed the playoffs.
I said this team was underrated. I didn't think a lot of people
in the postseason.
I didn't think a lot of people gave Harden a lot of love as just a good playmaker. He can get an offense running. He does. His efficiency isn't great. I feel like a lot of games I'm watching Harden, even when they win, he's like 5 for 17. But he's great, man. He's holding it down for a Clippers team who does need love. And my favorite pick of fantasy basketball this season has been Norman Powell. If he makes an All-Star, I'm going to smile.
Shout out to Norman. Like
James Harden is at 57% true shooting. He's got -1. That's not too bad. It's mediocre.
Free throws, probably. Free throws.
Well, yeah. And he's shooting
a lot.
Average Joe said, what is Bron's All-Star case over Anthony Davis?
He's LeBron James. He's LeBron Ramon James.
I think he's just been, me personally, I think he's been better from like December on than Anthony Davis.
Isn't December when LeBron was washed?
I think that was like the 3-point shooting slump, but Anthony Davis wasn't that great.
Yeah, the wash tour. Let me go check.
Anthony Davis, when he, in November to start the season, he was insane. He was like 28 to 30 points per game. But I think as of late,
early December when he was washed.
I think as of late, it's been LeBron has been great. If you look at his numbers as of late, especially since he came back from that little break he went on, he's like 26 a game. He has like 9 rebounds, 8 assists, really good efficiency. I think he's been the better player as of late, but they're like neck and neck. So to say one deserved over the other, what are we doing?
Masinko said Daryl Armstrong did a layup in the dunk contest.
That's who T-Mac have to go. That's who T-Mac have to go to war with, by the way.
Yo, that is heat.
Well, it's better than
that was T-Mac's damn near best teammate. And they was like, I don't know why he don't make it far in the playoffs.
A layup in the dunk contest is absolutely
layup's better than a miss.
Superman Real said Celtic stars are regressing. MA had them progressing.
They're regressing.
That's a weird agenda, but okay.
They're regressing.
Jaylen Brown is having the worst year.
I mean, you could say like Drew Holiday and Derek White are regressing.
Drew Holiday's getting old.
Drew didn't have a great regular season last year. Like,
I know.
For Drew standards. So
Derek
and then
White's
he ramped it up in the
weird.
playoffs. So like, I don't know if I'm just saying. I don't know if it's going to be.
I wouldn't say Tatum's regressing. I think this is one of Tatum's best seasons ever. Like, I wouldn't say Tatum's regressing.
Tatum's been cool.
Brown,
Superman.
I wouldn't blame it on coaching.
Superman Real said Ron is right. Russ gave y'all leadership and toughness. And
I think they were missing toughness, but I guess okay.
Kareem NYK 2001 said, chill. 25 Jokic is greater than 64 Will. It pains me to say that.
Sky
is blue.
Yeah.
Or green. No, you never know. Rod said, shout out to the Bulls legend, Dougie McBuckets.
Facts. 5 threes in the fourth. Empty stats, but we here.
Jay Got Game said, guess New York showed up for Brunson, right, PC?
I guess so.
That's hilarious.
Brunson's having a good year.
No. Last year he didn't make the All-Star game or start the All-Star game because he didn't get the fan votes. This year he did.
Brunson's having a good year.
Cat still got more fan votes though, so
yeah, it's funny. That is pretty good.
Lou Bangs with the super chat said Khalil Ware, rookie of the year, Miami once again, steal of the draft. There you go, Pat Riley. Keep building up them championship rosters through the draft. I see you, boy. Lowe's left butt cheek said, get out of the past, old man. It's 2025. Shout out to Lowe's left butt cheek. And last but not least, one buddy said, shout out to Eastside General in the chat. Cooking on 100. Hot. Sizzling. Spicy. Flaming.
I've been up here. I haven't been looking at the chat, so I don't know.
All right, y'all. It's been an amazing episode. Casual, appreciate you for coming up. Kenny, appreciate you for coming up and repping for the Hall of Famers on Hall of Fame Friday. Y'all know where to catch us at tonight. We will be on playback. It's going to be an amazing time. So pull up, be there, be square. And also, one more time, we'll see you All-Star Weekend. And last but not least, download PrizePicks and use promo code PANO. We will catch you guys here very soon on playback, and Monday on the panel and Saturday on Chill with Chill. See y'all soon.
Merry Christmas.